máa ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ síbi tí ẹ ládàlẹ̀ ayé kò máa ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ńlá ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́ inú ẹni ṣàlámọ̀ a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni ká ṣe bí ẹni kú káwọ́ ẹni tí ó ṣe dàrò ẹni ṣàṣà ènìyàn nífẹ̀ẹ́ ní lẹ́yìn tẹ̀rù tọmọ nífẹ̀ẹ́ ní lójú ẹni ọmọ aráyé abániwọ̀nràn bá òrí dání wọn ayé ò fẹ́ ní ìfọ̀rọ̀ orí ẹni ní pé kó yẹ ni. You gotta be strong cause the world is a battlefield. Odò láyé ó gbé ní lọ bá ò bá mọ̀ wẹ̀. Má ṣe làlà òtọ́ láì bá dé. Stress of ìdákùn ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ilé ayé ogun ni ó gbọ̀gbọ́n. Ẹ̀sọ̀ pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà ọ̀rẹ́. Ẹ jẹ́ ká máa ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Kíbi tí ẹ ládàlẹ̀ ayé kò máa ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ńlá ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́ inú ẹni ṣàlámọ̀ a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni ṣe rántí a ò mẹ́rin ìjọba ẹ̀wẹ̀kú ẹ̀wẹ̀lẹ̀ àwọn lọ́tẹ̀ ni wọ́n dìde wọn lájànà kó lè rínú gbọ́gbé àṣenìtàn bá ní ìdàrú ṣálọ máráyé àwọ̀ fẹ́lẹ́ bòónù kò jẹ́ àríkùn má ṣe bí. You gotta be wise to survive and keep your sanity. Ọjà ọ̀dájú ní ilé ayé o ní láti mọ̀ ọ́n rà. Àyàgbé ọ̀gẹ̀gẹ̀ tó bá ti lówó ọ̀yàn òun ló wà lọ́jọ́ ogún dé. Ọwọ́ epo láyé ńlá wọ́n kì í lọ tẹ̀jẹ̀. Alámọ̀ a ò mọ̀nú ẹni ayé yẹ kó rọra ṣe ṣọ́ra ṣọ́ra. Pọ́sọ̀ fura pọ́sọ̀ ti jẹ́ sí iná. Ẹ̀sọ̀ pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká máa ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ o. Tíbi tí ẹ ládàlẹ̀ ayé kò máa ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ńlá. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o. Ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́ o. Inú ẹni ṣàlámọ̀ a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ẹ̀sọ̀ pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká máa ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Tíbi tí ẹ ládàlẹ̀ ayé kò máa ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ńlá. Ilẹ̀kùn bá jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o. Ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́ inú ẹni ṣàlámọ̀ a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ẹ̀sọ̀ pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká máa ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ọ̀rẹ́ mi ṣòwò bá lábẹ́lẹ̀ ayé àgbà tó ti ṣe tó mọ̀ ńlá yòókù lọ́gbọ́n. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o. Ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́ inú ẹni ṣàlámọ̀ a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ẹ̀sọ̀ pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká máa ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ikú pàlà tí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹ lọ́lọ́gbà ògiri àgbẹ̀lẹ̀ tó wọ́n ti fi ṣe ìbàjọ́ ìmọ́lẹ̀. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o. Ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́ inú ẹni
Yes, good evening, my people. How una day? It's a pleasure to welcome you to another special edition of the Jagbajantis Show. I am your regular host, Akin, and I greet you wherever you are listening to me from. Thank you for connecting with me tonight. As you're coming in, please help me share this show on your platforms. Help me tag somebody. Help me share this on your stories. Help me invite somebody to connect. It's going to be another interesting and very enlightening discussion tonight. So it's not going to be a waste of your time. You will enjoy it, I promise. Um, right, let me see where my people are connecting from. I greet all the silent listeners. People would never even drop a full stop in the comment section or show that they're online, but it's fine. I greet you specially. And for my regulars, um, thank you for always coming up on the show. Ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ kálẹ́ o, ṣé wà dáadáa? Ẹ kú àtàárọ̀. Báwo ni yín? Thank you for connecting tonight. Ah, my lovely brother, ẹ kálẹ́ sir, Mr. Michael Oluwadurotimi Akinremi. Thank you for connecting tonight. I believe this is your first time of joining the show, or perhaps you have connected previously but didn't show your face or your hand. But this is the first time I will be um, welcoming you or mentioning your name on the show. So I greet you specially, sir. Thank you for joining me tonight. This is Jagwajanti's show, where we talk nonsense. We weave sense into what we otherwise known as the norm. We try to, generate reaction in people. We try to make people to go and think. We try to make people look at things from a different perspective. We try to break that um, dogma, status quo. We try to shift that comfortable ground that people are standing on. We try to, just like the mother bird would do to the little bird, we shake the nest to make the little bird realize that you are not created to be on one spot. You're made, you're wired, you're designed to fly. And that is what we try to do on this platform. We try to, shake people out of the old beliefs and make them to, unlearn the lies, unlearn the falsehood, and go in search of their own truth. I'm not forcing anything I say here on people. That is not my intention. I don't attempt to change people. I don't even have that ability if I try to. Where my job stops is when I make you, you know, look at things differently. When I upset your mindset. That's my job done, you know. And the singular purpose of this platform is to empower people, not to depend on, the thought of other people, religion, not to live a hard lifestyle, but to be intentional about everything they do. For you to choose your own lifestyle, for you to make decisions and know why you're making such decisions and to be able to stand by it, not to be swayed by, people's opinion or trying to please the crowd or trying to follow where everybody else is following. No, it's to empower you to chart your own course, it's to empower you to create your own path, it's to empower you to live your own life to um, the optimum level. That's the purpose of this platform, and that is why um, the kind of discussions we have on these platforms are not comfortable. Some of the things you will hear are not the things you will love to hear. Um, I like to emphasize this is not a religious platform, and oftentimes I don't look at things from the perspective of religion. Rather, I try to make you look away from it. and try to make you realize the damage that religion has done to your psyche. And so, if you are coming on this platform, don't come with your Bible, don't come with your religious books, don't come with that mindset that everything has to align with your religious beliefs. If that is where you stand, then this platform is definitely not for you. But if you want to learn new things, if you want to emancipate your mind, if you want to grow, if you want to unlearn, then this is the platform for you. And all you require is just to come with an open mind. Don't come with a closed mind. Don't come aiming to hear what you think you know. Excuse me. What you think you know, or what you think you are comfortable hearing. Um, if you come with that mindset, you'll just be pissed off. Máa gbọ́ àwọn kan tá máa bí ẹ nínú bínú bá dẹ̀ ṣe ń bí ẹ yẹn ò ní lè react, because a kì í react violently bí a kì í ṣépè, a kì í we're very cultured people on this platform. So inú àwa máa bí ẹ níbi tó wá wà yẹn, because ò lè react bó ṣe fẹ́ react, so that's why mo ṣe kúkú make things easy for you and say, you know what, it's not compulsory you have to be here. And a lè bẹ̀rẹ̀ dáadáa kí gbogbo ẹ̀ máa bá ẹ lára mu lọ. Tó bá ti dé stage tó ti ní ẹ lára, you can just exit yourself. The comment section is open. Let it be busy. Ẹ jẹ́ kó máa gbóná. You are free to drop your opinion. That's why I say what we do on this platform is discussion. We don't it's not just one-way traffic. I like to hear from other people as well. We're looking at things from a holistic point of view. We're looking at things from like a 360 view. It's not just from one point of view. So drop your comment, drop your own thought, how you feel, drop it there. Sometimes I get carried away, but I will look at the comment section and try to see interesting points that I can bring up and maybe discuss. So if you don't agree with anything I'm saying, put it there. If you agree, put it there. If you want to expatiate on it, put it there. Also, I try to put out links for anyone that wants to join me in the studio and talk, because sometimes we might not be able to express ourselves better by typing. So if you want to say something, I put the link out. Just click on the link. It's very straightforward. It will ask you to just do one thing. You do that thing and it sets you up. I'll see you at the back end here, and I can bring you on and we will have a discussion. It's open, it's free. The only thing that I advise people is just be courteous in what you say. If somebody has commented before you and you don't agree with them, there's no need to shape your rant, or use your anger wisely. We've treated anger here, how it can be a wise friend to you. So use it positively and just put your own view out there. So far so good. Ilé bí ṣì ń tòrò, ẹ mọ̀ pé wọ́n ní ilé tó bá ń tòrò ọmọ àlè bẹ̀ ò tí dàgbà ni. So àti rí ọmọ àlè kankan bí wọn tí mature. So so far so good. Kò ní bàjẹ́. Let me see you go lololo. Let me see you go lololo. Buga. So far so good. Everything is still sengemenge here. Àti ìfọlọ́pàá múra wa, àti máa threaten ara wa, àti máa fi lawyer múra wa. So everything ó ṣì ń flow normally, and I pray that it will continue like that. The mode of delivering this show here, or handling this platform is, I just talk freely. As you all know, I don't have any Um, I'm not that well read, and I don't have any impressive CV to share with anyone. So, for people who go about trying to see how um, well versed somebody is in terms of speaking and everything like that, you'll be disappointed. Train me anywhere, and then I mix, um, my language. I speak English, I speak Yoruba. Tell me bá tún bà lé mi nígbà mi mo tún máa ń fèdè fọ̀. So whatever comes is what you should take. I mean, that's just a side warning to people who goes on other platform and be forcing them to speak in a particular way. I think that's the purpose of social gathering. Tó bá ti wo environment kan tó ní gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ kò bá ẹ lára mu. Má lọ máa force wọn láti ṣe nǹkan tó fẹ́. Just walk away. Go and find a place where what they do and what they say suit you. Simple, right? So I just said I should say that because um, this is another controversial topic we'll be dealing tonight, and some people blood will be boiling, as we proceed. Báwo bọ́ ẹ̀ ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí? Kí ni nǹkan tó ń sọ báyìí? Òun ló jẹ́ kí n máa put àwọn disclaimer yìí out already. You can't project your insecurity or whatever on me. Mo ti kọjá abo level yẹn. Ìrìn àjò mi gùn, and gbogbo effort tí mo make láyé tèmi is to be independent. Every effort I'm making is to better myself, be independent, win myself off, this social construct, and live a free and fulfilled life. So ló jẹ́ kí n máa wá ìmọ̀ káàkiri. And now nǹkan tí n bá dẹ̀ ti rí tí mo dẹ̀ rí pé work, I come and share it just for the benefit of everyone, because I know if people know better, they will do better. Àìmọ̀ ló ń limit ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wa. So that's just a preamble, and for the benefit of people who will be listening for the first time. Come out and pé irú ẹni wo lélẹ̀, ọmọ ṣe ṣàlàyé anyhow person ni mí o, and this platform is also anyhow place. That's why the name of the show is Jagbajantis. Anything, là ń tẹnu bọ̀, anything là ń tọwọ́ bọ̀, gbogbo ẹ̀ là ń ṣe wọ̀ṣọ̀wọ̀ṣọ̀, à ń ṣe wọ̀tọ̀wọ̀tọ̀ ni, and then sometimes it gets very messy. Don't get angry. Nobody is targeting you. It's just for you to ibi kìíní bá mi side ibi, and then go and ṣàtúnṣe, go and clean it up. So double-edged sword ni. I'm not talking as if I'm the smartest person or Mr. Perfect or anything. No, I still have struggles. I'm still constantly struggling to be a better version of myself. So this platform also helped me as well to take charge of my life better. So gbogbo wa àrùn tó ń ṣe Abọ́yadé, gbogbo ọlọ́ya ló ń ṣe o. So don't think one person is better than the other. No, we are all striving for perfection. Thank you very much. Jẹ́ kí n tún wo àwọn tó ti wọlé sí. Ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ kálẹ́ o. Ẹ̀gbọ́n Ṣẹ́gun Ọbágbèmí, àwọn ti YouTube nìyẹn. Thank you for connecting tonight. Ẹ lè bínú o. Ẹ wá dẹ́ bínú, inú yẹn á tún rọ̀ náà ni, ẹ má worry. Ẹ ṣáà jẹ́ ń ṣe tèmi kí n lọ náà. Yeah, my brother Franklin Braithwaite. Èèyàn mi tó ṣùọ́, ṣé wàá pa o? How you doing? Ẹ kú ayé o. Mr. Magic Finger. Wọ́n bá káwọ́ lé báyìí, kíní yẹn á máa dún lábẹ́ wọn ni. Àwọn tóònù. Wọ́n á pe tóònù jáde, gbàgbé. Yeah, my sister Bumilawa. It's been a while. How you doing? Great to have you back on the show. Ìgbà kan màá rí yín, ìgbà kan èmi kì yóò rí yín. Anyway, it's great to have you on the show tonight. Thank you. Hey, my brother. Àwọn ajìjàgbara ọ̀la nìyẹn, àwọn ọ̀dọ́ tó ń gbá lórí wọn. Festus Afọ́fun. How you doing, my brother? Chatting already gan intellectual mopos are here for anybody. Anybody wey do anyhow go collect. Then go collect. gbagbe. When the Omale grows, the real sons will be here to chase them out. Guarantee. Anybody wey do anyhow go collect ni. Àwọn aṣọ́bodè ló ń sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn. So kẹ́nìbọ̀dì ṣe kí ni? Kẹ́ calm down o, kó má lọ dọ̀rọ̀ wú lọ. Wà á tẹ́bọ̀ o, tó bá lọ wú wá bí, wà á tẹ́ padà ní o. Anyway. Yes, my brother. Mo kí yín o. Oyè tẹ́ fún mi yẹn pọ̀ díẹ̀. Agbára mi ò gbé yẹn o. Right, let's get straight into the show. Ọmọ ìyá mi mo kí ẹ o ẹ̀bùn, ṣé o wà pa? Ẹ kú àtàárọ̀ gbogbo ilé ńkọ́ o. Right. What do we have to discuss tonight? Sex and controversies. Right. Ó máa ṣe wọ̀tọ̀wọ̀tọ̀ lálẹ́. Even the mention of sex alone gan àwọn kan tó báyìí pé ẹlẹ́ṣẹ̀ ń bọ̀bọ̀ yìí o. Ta leléyìí Nat ṣé ó wà pa no àwọn èèyàn tó ń yọ sórí platform yìí in fact how you doing my brother? Been a long time and we're talking about 17 years. Whoa. Oh God. How you doing? Great to have you on the show. Ẹ máa bá mi ká lọ. Right. So even the mention of sex alone, àwọn kan ara àwọn kan àti máa kájọ báyìí, wọ́n á ti máa run temperature, wọ́n á ti máa kóná rẹ̀ dín. Àwọn kan á ti máa fèdè fọ̀, wọ́n á ti máa scabash. And that is the reason why, I feel we should talk about it. We should talk about sex and and its controversies surrounding it, and there's so many topics relating to it, and there are so many reactions that these topics generate in the society. There are several wrong views we hold about some of these related topics, which has affected some people negatively, which has damaged relationship, which has destroyed lives. And that's why I think education is the way forward. That is my own approach to things. I try to educate people, enlighten people, let people know what they have to know concerning a topic. And then what they do with that information is entirely up to them. So I go, I don't hold nothing back. I go raw. I argue for and against. I give people balanced opinion and view. And that is the best thing you can do for anyone. Let them have the full information and understanding of whatever topic or discussion they are confused about. And then you've played your part. What they do with that information is entirely up to them. Rather than forcing people to live in a kind of way, demonizing certain things and, not minding their own nature. Just say, this one is bad, that one is bad, you don't do this. And scare people and threaten people with hell and heaven and sin and, and this and God and that and Satan and fire and all these things. And I mean, you're just raising hypocrites. And that's why people will conform when you are there, and behind your back, they live the kind of life they want to live. Today we have people who live double lives. They have a life they live in the open that is generally acceptable in the society. And then they have another life that is their own life. But they can't live that life in the open because people will judge them. Because the society they belong to will judge them. Because the culture they come from forbids it. Because the religion they practice don't support it. And many people are dying in silence. Many people are not living to the fullness of their life. Many people are not enjoying this life because they have been boxed up mentally. We've had adults, they've grown into adulthood, they've gotten married, and they're still not relaxed when it comes to sex. And you wonder why their partners, you know, goes outside to enjoy themselves, to explore their own sexual fantasy, to find their sexual fulfillment elsewhere. Because the partner at home has been mentally um tuned out of this through their upbringing. And that's why this discussion tonight will be liberating, it will be educating, it will make you relax. And some of these things that 30 karamo 13 will I mean, but you will calm down. I know it will take a while, but if you put your heart to it and don't think, into bobo and son be election lile you, sinner lile you. If you don't judge like that, then what you will hear tonight would help you. Also, it will help you in how you perceive other people, because that is another problem we have in the society. When you have people who live in a kind of way that is opposed to your own um, style of living, you judge them differently. You label them. You box them. You create a line, and sometimes you think you're better than them. So, discussion tonight is also to, change your perception, change the way you view and judge other people. You have to come to a point where you understand, you will realize that people will make choices that are different from your own choice. People will live lives that are different from your own um, um, kind of way of living, and it's fine. It is fine, but it's difficult for some people to just take it like that, because everything they see from the perspective of religion, everything they see from the perspective of their own culture, everything they see from the perspective of their own upbringing. But we can all not be the same. So tonight, I'm not here to say people who live like this are bad, people who live like this are good. I'm not here to say people who do this are going to help, people who do this are going to heaven. That is not in my place to do. I'm just here to tell you the truth about everything I'll be discussing tonight. A balanced view. I will give you the pro, I'll give you the cons. I'll argue for, I'll argue against. And I'll give you a middle ground. And then leave you with the information to go and do whatever you like with it. Right. So let's go to the beginning. And let's try to give sex a definition. It's difficult, but the simplest definition I can give to it is sex is just an expression of romantic love and intimacy. It's a form of um, emotional release and expression. Um, just as you um, feel the pang of hunger, just as you feel tired and weak, just like you feel hurt. Same way you can have, that sexual feeling. It's an emotion. And but when we talk about sex itself, this to different people means different things. When you talk about sex, some people just see it as fun. Some people take it serious, just for making babies, procreation alone, you know. And to some people, it's work, So it means different things to different people, and whatever it means to you know everyone is it can be the same, you know. And as our life also change, this um, thing also take different meanings from you know um, a different point of our lives. So, but let me try to make a differentiation, because I know many of us have heard this before. When some people will say um, we're making love, and some will say we're having sex. Um, Oftentimes we try to use these two statements interchangeably, but looking at it um, deeply, there is a slight difference in the two. You know, um, making love and having sex. When you have sex, it's just two things involved. You are trying to satisfy your physical need. Remember, I've said that you have that sexual emotion. So when you feel that, sexual arousal, you want to satisfy that need. So the satisfaction of that need and coming together with the body part of the person you want to satisfy that need with is what having sex is all about. So you're trying to fulfill your sexual need with another party. And today you can replace that party with another object, because today we have baby dolls, we have sex toys, and other forms of means by which you can um, release or express that sexual need. But when we say making love, it goes deeper. It's more about connecting mind and soul, not just body contact now, not just fulfilling that sexual needs alone now, but now you are expressing your romantic love through sexual intercourse. That is more deeper. And this one, you have it only with somebody that you have or you share um, connection with, not just anyone. So you can have sex with um, a prostitute. A prostitute wants money. You want to fulfill your sexual need, and you do it. One wo time fún ẹlòmíì, wọ́n á can do ẹlòmíì short time ti ní time, ìmíì tó bá ti dà ó ti dìde nìyẹn and stuff like that. Daybreak wà, gbogbo ẹ̀ ló ní kinní. But when it comes with making love, that goes beyond just gbọ̀n wíwíwí and dìde. This is deeper. It's more of a spiritual connection of souls. So I thought I should make that distinction from the start as we progress, because I'm trying to lay a foundation before I proceed. Right. Let me take it from where I think it's gone wrong. So the first controversy, sex and religion. You know my position about religion on this platform, and several times I've broken it down in a way that you will understand clearly. Religion is simply about control. It's a social mechanism used to enforce social order and preserve civilization. It's one of the tools that was used to put man's instinct in check and ensure that we don't run we don't run wild, and we don't go back to our primitive way of life. So so through the use of theological argument, people are brainwashed into living a kind of life. So if they don't want a person to have sex, there's a theological argument for it that make you not want to do it. If they don't want somebody to engage in a form of sexual practices, there's a theological argument for it, backed up with portions of the scriptures that will make that person not want to do it, so they don't lose their salvation, they don't lose their eternal rest, and so anything they don't want people to do relating to sex and everything, they have a position for it in the scriptures, and they label it a sin. Right. That is where everything started getting muddy. So we have some forms of control, like premarital sex. Religion frowns, against it. But the interesting thing is, up until the 12th century, all these restrictions that religion placed on sex and its related topics were not in place. But it got to a time to jẹ́ wípé even among the nobles and the rich, wọ́n wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí bí wọ́n wá ní ọmọ àlè gan. So they had to use religion to ensure that adultery practices is put in check. Same thing with fornication. Same thing with premarital sex. None of these religions, Christian, Islam, Hindu, whatever, has anything against any of this way of life previously, up until the 12th century. But when they started seeing the effect of, the this kind of lifestyle within the society, which is a threat to civilization. Then they had to, weave theological argument into it to make people conform. And religion targets people who, though are capable of order, but they lack the discipline to be able to maintain that order on their own. Those are the people that religion targets. And then scares them with the damnation of hell and um, the loss of heaven, and make sure that they conform. And it works. But today, we see so many problems that people are dealing with in their relationships. So, two people with different sexual libidos coming together as partners. So, ẹ̀kan lóṣù mẹ́ta ni. Ìkan dẹ̀ré bí oúnjẹ ni. Ó fẹ́ jẹ breakfast, lunch, dinner. Ṣùgbọ́n ẹnì kejì ń wò báyìí pa wá jẹ́ wá. But wọn ò mọra wọn láti ilẹ̀, because religion forbids them from knowing themselves. Religion forbids sexual premarital sex. So at the end of the day, these are two non-compatible partners coming together and committing the rest of their lives to themselves. And you think there won't be problem? We even have partners who will conceal their sexual health problems and not come out clean. And the other person won't know after all. Tán bá marry tán, kíní bọ̀dá wá di tí wọ́n kàn ń gbẹ́jọ́ lásán, kò ní dìde. And when the other, nígbà tí yàrá dẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí kùn sí, wọ́n máa rán létí pé it's for better for worse o. Time tẹ́ kẹ́ fi gbádùn ara yín, ẹ wá lọ máa ṣèṣọ́ru prayer point. Olúwa jí dìde, gbogbo ohun tó ti kú, egungun gbígbẹ, ìwọ ló jí egungun gbígbẹ dìde nínú valley of death. Ó yá, mo pàṣẹ, dry bones, rise, dry bones, rise, dry bones, rise. Wọ́n máa gbàwẹ̀, wọ́n máa pray. But these are things that could have been prevented before you even join yourself with that person. So, we sit down and you let some people create or force on you a kind of life that you should live. And at the end of the day, when the consequences come, you deal with it. I don't know if I think I've shared it before, a story on this platform to a newly married couple in Ibadan. SU la méjèèjì, bọ̀dá àti sìstá gan ló máa ń pera wọn. Wọ́n dẹ̀ marry tán, anytime tí ẹ̀gbọ́n bá ti ní sìstá ó yà, sìstá máa quote First Peter ni. Wọ́n máa quote Romans in letter of Paul to the Romans. Ẹ̀gbọ́n àwọn ọba ìpa èwo ń gbogbo eléyìí gan. Paul jókòó jẹ́jẹ́ ó kọ lẹ́tà sáwọn Corinthians. Ṣé ara Corinthian ni wọ́n ni? Sìstá mo ní kẹjẹ́ ká fọ́ra wa lẹ́nu, a ti marry, wọ́n máa quote First Peter, Second Peter ni. Until one day tẹ́gbọ́n yẹn wọnú létí àǹtí pẹ̀lú kerosene àti ṣáná. Ẹ bọ́ pátá ń sìn, ẹ bọ́ sórí bed ká kú jóná pọ̀ àwọn méjèèjì. kò sí nǹkan tá à ń dúró ṣe láyé náà ẹ wo ohun gbogbo eléyìí. But ṣó yẹ kó le tó yẹn? Because many have allowed religion to brainwash them, to put burden upon them, to view sex as dirty, whereas it's just an emotion that everyone feels. The way you thirst, the way you hunger, the way you hurt is the same way you feel sexually aroused. It's not, there's nothing bad in it. Ẹlòmíì báyìí, kí ni abẹ́ àti máa gbé fúkẹ́fúkẹ́ báyìí, abẹ́ sì máa fèdè fọ̀hún pé I bind you, you foul spirit, I bind you. Kò sí nǹkan tó ṣe é, kò sí foul spirit kankan tó ń yọ ẹ́ lẹ́nu. You are normal. You are normal. The way you are feeling is normal. Bá a ṣe dá ẹni, gbogbo ẹ̀dá èèyàn la dá bẹ́ẹ̀. When you walk around, especially in this age and time, tó jẹ́ pé gbogbo everywhere you turn to buy, you just see nakedness flying all around. Sometimes you tó bá rí speck here, you feel in some kind of way. It's not a sin. It's just normal. Ara ẹ bá a ṣe wáyà ẹ̀dá èèyàn nìyẹn. Animals feel the same way. Ṣùgbọ́n civilization ló fi wá jẹ́ káwa wá yàtọ̀ fún nǹkan. Ibi tájá bá ti rí abo ajá ló ti máa gùn. Ibi tó bùkọ́ bá ti rí abo ẹran ló ti máa gùn. Bẹ́ẹ̀ náà làwọn èèyàn náà ṣe ń gbé tẹ́lẹ̀. Civilization ló wá jẹ́ ká gbé differently sìn. Pé àná o kàn lè rọ́mọ títí kò dẹ̀ bò mọ́lẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn náà. No, má ṣe yẹn náà. Ẹ ti ẹ̀ wọnú ilé, get a room. That is what civilization does to us. He refined us from that bestial lifestyle, from that primitive way of life. So, at the end of the day, èèyàn máa wá feel lórí ẹ̀ pé òun ti ṣẹ̀, òun ti ronú bákan, òun ṣe nǹkan, kò sí nǹkan kan tó ṣe ẹ́. So the purpose of this show is to liberate many of you who feel that way. And all the time, ẹ kàn ṣáà ń gbé ayé pẹ̀lú ìpọ́njú àti ìnira àti ìdààmú ọkàn ṣáà. Kò dẹ̀ sí ẹni tó fún yín gbogbo. I don't get it. You're normal. Exactly. Yes, my brother made an interesting point here. We have some people, who would say, even we have two sets of people. We have a category of people who went into marriage simply because they want to start having sex without feeling guilty. It's not as if they're even ready for that phase of life. Some people make it seem like marriage is all about sex. Maybe you should ask some people who are married already. Pẹ̀mẹ́ ló gan ni ọkọ àti ìyàwó gan ń bára wọn sùn lóṣù. Maybe you should ask kó tó torí bọ̀. Torí wàá rí gan pé ńgbà tẹ́ bá tẹ̀ marry tán gan, life ayé tẹ̀ ń gbé gan àti gbogbo bí nǹkan ṣe ń ṣẹlẹ̀ gan kò tiẹ̀ ní jẹ́ káyé ẹ yọ. Wàá máa wá yẹn pé kí ló kóra ẹ sí. And then we have another category of people who have not, who lack that self-discipline, who can't control themselves. And then they place the solution to their recklessness on other people or on the platform of marriage and say, Timbati marry, I will stop cheating. No, you can't stop cheating. You will still be cheating. Because marriage won't help you to stop cheating. That's not what marriage is for. Marriage is an empty basket. What you put in it is what you get. You put love, you put respect, you put self-discipline. That's what you pick out from. You don't put anything in the basket, you don't get nothing. So take the story of Joseph, for example. He got into the house of Potiphar, and Madam Potiphar wò pé ọmọ ló ń nà báyìí wá jẹ́ ń gbọ́ṣẹ́ wo ọ̀gá ẹ̀ kì í jókòó sílé all the time meeting ni wọ́n ń lọ sí ìpàdé jagunjagun, wọ́n ń lọ sí ìpàdé minister, wọ́n ń lọ kinní kan. Wá ìwọ wá ń bí kí ló ń ṣe ẹ́? And Joseph refused. Whether the story is real or not, it's not what matters now. It's the principle behind it. And the principle is, it wasn't when Joseph got into Potiphar's house, going to that situation, that he learned that he shouldn't sleep with his boss's wife. He has learned that way before he got into that situation. So you should know that marriage comes with responsibility. And like I tell people, if you know yourself that you are not wired mentally, you are not wired emotionally, or whatever way you can assess your life, to spend your life with one partner for the rest of your life, do not get married. Because marriage requires you to be with one person for the rest of your life. That is a demand, that's a requirement. So it's like you subscribing to a cable TV. It comes with the box, it comes with the remote control. It has 300 channels on it. You're paying monthly for the whole 300 channels. But they told you or gave you an instruction that you can only watch channel 1. So, bọ́n ṣe nǹkan míì tó dùn bò mí, ó lè wo, ó lè débẹ̀. So do you have that discipline to have the remote in your hand, to be paying for 300 channels and only be watching one channel? Because that is what marriage demands from you. That is what religion elevates in marriage, monogamy. Or Christianity, to say, not the entire religion, Christianity itself. So if you are not self-disciplined, if you can't live that life, and you now say tí n bá ti rẹ́ tí mo like, tí n bá ti marry by, mi ò ní cheat mọ́, ọ̀rọ̀ òpònú ni o, ọ̀rọ̀ àgọ̀ pátápátá ló ń sọ lẹ́nu. You will still cheat, you can't stop. So you should win yourself off that lifestyle or behavior or habit or whatever you want to call it before you move, to the next stage. Because the next stage will require you just wàá jáde wàá rí àwọn ọmọ mi, iwájú ló kún ẹ̀yìn ló kún, ọmọ ló nà báyìí, ọmọ ló dàbí German pillar yìí, gbogbo ara á gbọ̀n. But ibi tó gbọ́dọ̀ wo ọmọ náà nìyẹn. But many don't have this self-discipline. Wọ́n wá jó lọ sí tébù ọmọ yẹn, wọ́n á sáré drop mú pépà kan mọ́ lọ́wọ́, wọ́n ti kọ phone number wọn síbẹ̀, wọ́n á ṣọwọ́ báyìí sí pé pè mí. And from there, òsínbà tán ní lá ọmọ yẹn. So marriage is also a tool of civilization. And you have to decide if it's a life for you. Getting married or not getting married had nothing to do with your success in life. It had nothing to do with how you end up in life. Rather, it places demand on you. Rather, you are one of the key components, that will build the society, because building the society starts from the home. So do you have the temperament? Do you have the ability? Do you have the finances? Do you have the time? Do you have everything it requires to hold down a home? Because that is where you raise people who can function in the society. but ìwọ gan fúnra rẹ gan ò tí wà pa ò tí capable láti lè ṣe nǹkan tó wà required, and you run into it, wà ní problem. So thank you, my brother, for making that comment. So what I want to clarify with sex and religion is the role of religion in sex is just to put man in check. It's simply for control. It's simply to make people not engage in anything that will be a threat to civilization. To ensure that people don't do things that would disrupt social order. So, by all means, if you want to get married, and you're really sure that okay, you know, ẹni yìí pé ẹni tí mo máa fẹ́ lélẹ̀ and stuff like that, you have to do all your necessary check. Tó bá ti mọ́ra ẹ̀ pé wá mi ò lè ṣe kí n má fàyà ǹjọ́ kan, ó kéré jù ẹ̀mẹ́ta ní lójúmọ́, mi lè ṣe kí n má fàyà o. Ó máa better kó check tẹ́ni yẹn bá wà compatible. Tó bá pé normal person yẹn tó jẹ́ pé báyẹ̀ kan lóṣù mẹ́ta gan ò tiẹ̀ ṣe, ó sì better náà kò jẹ́ kí the other person mọ̀ pé wá mi ò lágbájá kinní yìí o, oṣù mẹ́fà mo lè má ṣe o. Ó máa better kó sọ̀rọ̀ so that wọn ò ní fi dídó pa ẹ́ tó bá wọnú relationship. O dẹ̀ ni wá máa wò pé ẹni yẹn ló ní issue, kò ní issue. That the person is demanding for sex doesn't mean that person has high libido, higher than yours. This thing vary from individuals. So má wò pé oníṣekúṣe ní kíní kan àárọ̀ ọ̀sán alẹ́ kò ń ṣe oníṣekúṣe, nature tiẹ̀ nìyẹn. Ìwọ ló check tẹ́lẹ̀ pé ṣẹ́mi ẹ̀ gbé kó tó torí bọ̀. Kò dẹ̀ sígbà tí problem ò ní ṣẹlẹ̀ láàrin yín, because tó bá lè tẹ́ ní ẹ lọ́rùn, á lọ síta á lọ máa wá ìtẹ́lọ́rùn. Tó bá dẹ̀ rí pé kí ló ń ṣe lè fún, á justify ara ẹ̀ pé reason tóun fi ń ṣe nì. Tóun bá ló yá, ẹni á máa gbé dìsà ni. Ìgbà tí mo wà ní Kwara Poly nílọrin, àwọn ilé tí mo gbé oríṣiríṣi nǹkan mo máa ń gbọ́. Ìyá Mutí ṣé tí ẹ dì ní? Ó yá túrò rẹ̀ jọ túrò rẹ̀. Mo pariwo mọ̀ pa àwọn sùn. Ìyá Mutí èmo ń bọ́ sùn tó ń yẹ̀dí. Ọlọ́run ló lálà sí rẹ̀ láì. Bẹ́ẹ̀ èmo ń bọ́ sùn tó ń yẹ̀dí. Oríṣiríṣi nǹkan láti fetí kó, láti fetí gbọ́. Right. Let's talk about sex work. Another controversy. Now, mo lo broad term yẹn. Ìtó common jù nínú ẹ̀ is prostitution. But that is just one aspect of sex work. You know, under sex work we have, it's an industry. It's an industry. Under it we have, people who act porn. We have, people who do sex shows. We have magazines. It's a whole lot. But ìtò tó dà pé wà prominent nínú ẹ̀ jù is prostitution. And prostitution, as we are told, is like the oldest um, profession in the world. It's the oldest profession in the world. Um, it's been in existence um, for as long as um, man man exists, and obviously religion frowns against it. But within the society, it's it divides opinion. There are people who support it, and there are people who are against it. There are places, society, countries where it's legal and they are regulated. They pay tax. They have an area where they are located. Those who engage in it are not ashamed. It's called the red district. You see them in the open, and it's a whole industry, and people actually visit there. And then we have in some other climes where they are not um, permitted to operate legally, so they do it in secret. They come out at night, and or you go to their hidden brothels to visit them. And over time this has evolved. With technology now, you can stay in your home and book them. We have all kinds of platforms now where you can reach people who offer search for money, and you can also choose what you want to do with them, whether they do them. They have a profile. They do it now, they do oral, they do this, they do that, and you know because o lè gbé ẹni tí kò fẹ́ anal wá kó wá rò pé torí pé o ti fún un lówó, so o máa bàdí ẹ̀ jẹ́, kò ní gbà fún ẹ. So you have to go through the profile and see that okay, eléyìí lè ṣe nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ and stuff like that. And you know you agree price, they come, they do, they finish, they go. It's a transaction. Also, tún ti ń dé level kan ní Nigeria sin where they even come for weekend, and they even cook. They've added cooking to some of the services they do. So wọ́n á bá ẹ tún lé ṣe, wọ́n á gbálẹ̀, fọṣọ, ṣe oúnjẹ, and then wọ́n á parí ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú sex and all that. It's easy for you to stay on one side like this and point fingers at people who engage in such and judge them. Very convenient. But when we begin to strip this bare, you can't ignore reasons why some people engage in it. And number one reason why people engage in it, people who do it, is money. It's a means of livelihood for them. So for people like this, they have no emotional attachment to whoever they're having sex with. It's just money. Olosho know they fall in love. Olosho know they get belle. Those are terms of their trade. They come, they do, everything is timed, and they go. You pay them their money, they leave. And that's why a person will fight you dirty if after they've serviced you, you refuse to, pay them the agreed amount. they will fight you dirty. They can kill you for it. Because o fẹ́ try láti rip wọn nìyẹn. And if you're the one that visit their brothel, the first thing they do, you pay first. Pay before servicing. And some are just strippers. And with that kind of trade, you don't touch them. You just watch them. You touch them, you are violating the rule. They can slap you, they can do everything, they can kick you because they don't want to be touched. That's not what you've paid for. So it's strictly business. And for those who patronizes them, like we said, some have high sex libido and they can't get, a match for themselves. So they have to use prostitute. People will not ask them questions. If they say they want to go 6 times, as long as you pay them, they will go. And then when you look at the government, in places where they are legalized, it contributes to the economy. Because they pay tax. The money they earn from doing that work, they also put it back into the economy. They buy things. And that's how money goes round. And that's how the economy prospers. And that's why you see sometimes when things are not, they want to be placard on an association of Kinikon protest. And we try to look down them and say, we try to shame them and all this thing. But they feel they have a right. Because to them it's a job. We have people who do stripper at night and go to school during the day. Owó tọrí ń bi stripping yẹn wọ́n fi lẹ́lòmíì fi rán right through university because ó fẹ́ kúrò nínú trenches, ó fẹ́ kúrò nínú lifestyle yẹn. So àjò àwọn èèyàn máa náwó lé lórí and stuff like that. Gbogbo yẹn lòun fi ń san tuition tó fi train ara ẹ̀ tó di nurse tó di doctor tó fi kúrò nínú lifestyle yẹn. And to some people, they're not thinking of anything else. They just want to be there as long as it's feeding them. And then in a place where they're not even legalized, so to say, the governments recognize their impact because it reduces unemployment and also people like that, at least they have a source of livelihood who would not engage in crime. For religious people, for people who have their mindset in a kind of way, this sort of argument I'm putting out is nonsense. But when you think like that, you can't go far in life because you have to see things from a broader perspective. Whether you accept or not, you can't ignore these things. And because of the way society relates with people in this sort of work is why people will patronize them under the cover of darkness. They don't go during the day. Even tó bá fẹ́ wọ̀ lójúmọmọ gan, wọ́n á wọ̀ tún, wọ́n á wò sí, wọ́n á sáré wọ ọbẹ̀ ni. But we are hypocrites because the person you don't even expect and practice them. Pastors practice they contract them. They patronize them. Àwọn tó ń wàásù fún yín pé kẹ́ má ṣe fornication, kẹ́ má ṣe adultery, pé kẹ́ live holy, kẹ́ má ní premarital sex. Wọ́n ń do aṣẹ́wó. they have escorts. Wọ́n bá ti lọ mínísítà ní ọ̀nà lúlù, wọ́n lọ mínísítà ní eh, Madagascar. Wọ́n gbáṣẹ́ ó dání. Àbẹ́rẹ́ pọ́n dá sùn tẹ̀ ni. Gbogbo àwọn olówó yẹn they have escort ló ń pè wọ́n sìn. Torí olóṣó ó ní level. Ṣẹ́rọ́ olóṣó OLOSO yẹn, àwọn yẹn ni àwọn ọmọ tó wà ní trenches yẹn. Àwọn yẹn ni àwọn tó yẹ kí wọ́n máa ń mu pàrágà fọ́ lẹ́nu bàbẹ̀jẹ́, wọ́n máa ń mu kán tó bá wọn sùn. Àwọn tó bá dẹ̀ dún àwọn yẹn tán kàn máa fún thanks for coming. They are tún ní another level, àwọn yẹn ń pè ní hustlers. HOESLERS. Àwọn yẹn ti move up level díẹ̀. Interstate làwọn yẹn. Wọn kàn local mọ́. Wọ́n gbé wọn láti Èkó lọ Àbújá, wọ́n gbé wọn láti Àbújá lọ Port Harcourt, wọ́n ti ń lọ interstate. Àwọn yẹn náà ní ìsìn báyìí, wọ́n ń gba táútáú. Then we have entrepreneurs. Àwọn yẹn máa tún augment body wọn, wọ́n á ṣọmú, wọ́n á ṣe bọ́m̀bọ̀m, wọ́n á flatten kùn, wọ́n á ṣe hip wọn, wọ́n máa bá wọn ṣe angle sí, flat belly, big bottom, big chest. Àwọn yẹn wọ́n gbá àwọn yẹn lọ Àbújá, wọ́n gbá àwọn yẹn lọ Dubai. Táwọn big boy bá fẹ́ ṣe fàájì weekend, tán fẹ́ lọ wo Grand Prix, àwọn yẹn ń gbá àwọn yẹn lọ, àwọn yẹn lọ fi ń ṣe after party, lọ fi ń ṣe after kíni ọ̀kan mẹ́rin. Wọ́n máa ń fi dọ́là sanwó fáwọn yẹn. Àwọn yẹn ni wọ́n máa ń fún ní key ilé wọn ní London, wọ́n lè dúró síbẹ̀. Irú àwọn yẹn sìn, wọ́n máa fi shopping bà wọ́n jẹ́, they cover their the bills of their surgery and all these things like that. They buy expensive stuff for them. So oríṣiríṣi level by level. We can judge them all we like, but they see it as a means of survival. Now, that is argument for. Argument against now is you have to understand the consequences of engaging in people like this. For people who do it and for people who patronize them. There's a high risk of contracting sexual transmitted diseases when you have sex with multiple partners. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ń kọ́ sórí men tó ń gbé HIV kiri, men tó ń gbé ní àrùn kiri. In fact, to put it, raw to you, people engage in this type of trade, they are walking disease, mobile disease. Oríṣiríṣi àrùn ló wà lára wọn. So every time, risk in it. Go to sex hospital and see people there treating infections. And kìíní yẹn dẹ̀rẹ̀ tó bá ti ní lẹ́ẹ̀kan gbàgbé, kì í lọ ó stubborn kù. Tí mi bá dẹ̀ ti damage nerve reproductive organ ẹ̀ báyìí, ọmọ gbàgbé o ti finish nìyẹn. Àrí tí wàá máa gbẹ́ okó torí okó á máa kán tó bí táàpù tí wọ́n tì tí ò tì tán yẹn. O ti kó jombo nìyẹn. So you have to understand that joining yourself with, someone who sleep with multiple partners is a huge risk. You're putting yourself in harm's way. So also, mọ tó máa lọ tó ní padà. especially when you patronize prostitutes that are not legalized, that are not from agencies. So abẹ́rẹ́ yẹn ò lókun dì. By the time tó ti gbàgbàgbàgbà tó ti tàtàtàtàtà tó ti rẹ̀ tó ti sùn tó lánú kalẹ̀ báyìí, some of them will rob you. Gbogbo nǹkan tó bá valuable ni gbogbo nǹkan tó ní. Ẹlòmíì gan á kàn bá wọn struggle pé o jí wọn ká mọ́bi tó ti ń ṣe ọ̀kan bẹ́ẹ̀, they stab you and they just go. So it's risky because you're joining yourself with strangers. Anything can happen at any time. There are stories around of people who have, lost their lives during this act like this, when they engage in act like this. So, there's risk. And then also for people engaging it, you might find yourself in the hands of people who does this what do they call this? Prostitution trade. Where they begin to use you as object, where you begin to work for them and become slave, human traffickers. So all these things are risks that are involved in this. And also for people who patronizes them, she knows it's expensive. Àwọn tó ń ṣe Chanel lọ bí wọ́n kò cheap. Ṣé ò ní pé méjì lọ́rùn ẹ̀ ò ní lákòjọ. So when you understand the risk involved, when you understand the pains that comes with it, now it's up to you now to put it on a scale of pain and pleasure and see that 2 minutes whatever tó mo fẹ́ ṣe ṣó wọ́ọ̀tì kí n ní hepatitis B ṣá, ṣó wọ́ọ̀tì kí n lọ ní genital herpes ṣá, ṣó wọ́ọ̀tì kí n kó kí ni wọ́n tún máa ń pè ẹ́ náà chlamydia ṣá, ṣó wọ́ọ̀tì kí n kó HIV ṣá. So that is another that's another issue right there. Let's move to another one. Sexual assault. This one has sent a lot of people to prison. Tó bá jẹ́ prison kò bá dáa, ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n á kàn lọ ẹ̀wọ̀n, wọ́n á dẹ̀ dé, wọ́n á tún continue life wọn. No, but when you are involved in a sexual assault matter, you are ruined for life because your name will be placed in the sexual offender register, and that means you are fucked for life. So what is sexual assault? Sexual assault relates to any kind of sexual contact, conduct, behavior that occurs with another person without their explicit consent. So, ogbomondi, sexual assaulting. Otemoloyan, sexual assaulting. Obìnrin náà tó ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ fọ́kùnrin gbáǹdì gbá lóko gbá láyà àti nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀, sexual assaulting. Unwanted sexual touching. forcing another person to perform sexual act on you, whether oral or sex or penetrating. Rape is also a form of sexual assault. So it's important that you understand this, that it's a serious crime. So what brings sexual assault? No consent. Kò sí explanation tó fẹ́ fún. Ṣó ní kó gbá òun dì, ṣó béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ pé ṣé kí n gbá ẹ̀ ń dì kó tó gbá ń dì. Ṣó béèrè. Ṣó dẹ̀ fún ẹ ní yes. So the moment that explicit consent is absent, the moment that force is involved, ó ti commit o. Even in some cases when it involves minor, coercion and grooming, there are also form of non-consent or non-consensual sexual incident. So it's important that you understand this. Oba jọ̀gá ń biṣẹ́, you shouldn't use your position to force your subordinate to get down with you, whether threat of promotion or promise of promotion, or using your position to, get them to, date you or have sex with you or whatever thing like that. Even when you don't even put pressure or anything on them, using your position alone. Because in their mind, if they say no to your advances, they might lose their job, they might, not get promoted, they might, start getting victimized and things like that. So they want to comply. They want to comply to you. So it's essential that you understand things that you can do that can constitute as sexual assault. Kó máa harass èèyàn náà. Stalking. Tó bá ti sọ pé no is no. Just move on. So to my gentlemen on the show, gentlemen, no is no. Kẹ́ ẹ ti bọ́ra báyìí kó jẹ́ pé kó kàn wọlé ló kù. Tó bá sọ fún ẹ pé no òun ò ṣe, my brother, tètè pull out o. Má take one more stroke o. Má take one more stroke. Likewise, tó o bá pàdé ẹni tí ó jẹ́ pé ó wà under influence of alcohol, tó bá nà sí ẹ, má gbà o. Resist the urge láti gbà, because such a person is vulnerable. Tó bá dọjọ́ kejì tó ti bá ká lójú ẹ̀, tó bá feel remorse, tó bá feel sober, tó bá feel guilty, ọmọ máa dàlẹ́ ẹ lórí o, a lọ rape òun ni o. Àwọn tó dẹ̀ máa dájọ́ yín tí wọ́n fẹ́ gbọ́ ni pé ó bá sùn àbó ò bá sùn. Wọ́n fẹ́ mọ under what circumstance. Òun ló ní ká get down. Á sọ fún ẹ pé òun ò mọ nǹkan tóun sọ because òun mọtí. You are finished. Wọ́n fi ẹ́ sórí sex offenders register. Tó bá ti wọ orí register yẹn, kàn máa sùn máa jí kó máa retí ikú ni o. kò sí nǹkan tó ń gbélé ayé ṣe mọ́. Lóró ti di outcast in the society already. And for ladies who think of ọ̀nà wo màá fi mú bọ̀bọ́ yìí o màá parọ́ mọ́ ń pórè pùn mi, you have to desist from it. It's a serious offense to allege rape where it hasn't happened or occurred or taken place. It's a serious problem for you. Kò tán bá ṣe investigation tán bá rí pé kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀, you are finished. So má parọ́ o, tí ò bá ṣẹlẹ̀ kò ṣẹlẹ̀. Tó bá dẹ̀ ṣẹlẹ̀, call for help, seek help, have your receipts so that it will help in the investigations and findings. Which one again? Pornography. Ó ti ń gbóná bọ̀ báyìí. Ó ti ń gbóná bọ̀ báyìí. Right. What's porn? Kí ni porn? So ó tún ní kí n define ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi. Ẹ jẹ́ n wo orí platform yẹn. Ó quiet ńbẹ̀. Ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ ni. Ẹ sọ̀rọ̀. Okay. Porn, it's pornography it's you watching sexually explicit images, videos, live shows, anything that gives you that sexual stimulation. So we have magazines, we have kí ni wọ́n ń pè, videos, and we have àwọn tó máa ṣe live show. And then is it good or bad? Nothing is good or bad. Thinking made it so. Again, why do people watch it? Why do people do it? That is also that for people who engage in pornography, they call them adult adult filmmakers. So those ones fall under the sex workers industry. So the issue here is people who engage in it for money. So bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ní àwọn actors tó ń ṣe movie, tí family ń wò and all that, bẹ́ẹ̀ náà la ní àwọn actors tó jẹ́ pé adult movies làwọn ń ṣe. So, and people who watch it for sexual stimulation. People watch it as individual. People watch it as couples. Does it have benefits? It does. because it can help boost, you know, your desire for sex. It can help increase um your arousal level. So o ní partner nsìn tó jẹ́ wípé o ní high sex libido. Ìwọ rèé, ara ẹ ò kì í gbé fúkẹ́fúkẹ́fúkẹ́. Ẹni ó dẹ̀ ti ń di problem ní relationship yín. Porn can help you. It can help boost your desire for sex. Because things you see, will ó ní bó ṣe máa ṣiṣẹ́ nínú ara ẹ̀. It has a signal that it sends to your brain. Also, it helps for people who are, having issues in their relationship in terms of boring sex. It can help you, improve your sexual skills. It can, give you ideas of, how to do certain things. And that's why it's called adult movie. So, if you use it responsibly, these are the sum of ways it can benefit you. If you watch it together as couples, it can help bring you together. But again, when you are bringing somebody else into it, they have to be willing, because some, in their mind, they can't just, they can't watch it. But ṣàṣàlẹ̀ tó máa sọ pé òun tí come across ẹ̀ rí, whether deliberately or, ó kàn jálù. Àǹkíní tá à ń wí tó bá ti jálù báyìí ọkàn yẹn pé mi ò wò bọ̀ jẹ́ kí n wo kí ló fẹ́ ṣẹlẹ̀, before you know ìwà wò tán. So if couples sit down together to watch it together, it brings them closer. It helps them in terms of, getting creative in their sexual activities and, performances. And for people who have low sex drive, it can help, increase or boost their desire for sex. Now, the issue with this is porn can become addictive. So, over time, you rely so much on it. You watch it, you rely on it to the extent that you can't do without it. When you get to this level, there is a problem. Because it affects your brain such that without it, you don't get turned on. Without it, your body don't get stimulated through the natural partner you have anymore. So this is where the problem is. And then anything you overdo come with, physical complications or medical complications. And one of such is erectile dysfunction, especially in men. So you have to ensure that this is used in such a way that it benefits you and doesn't mess you up mentally. When it becomes addictive, then you have a problem. Mentally, you're gone. because you now depend on it for sexual feeling. And then you keep finding new ones to watch because the ones you used to watch before that gives you that high, your brain is attuned to it now. So it doesn't give you that high anymore. You have to find another one, find another one, find another one, and you're going deeper and deeper and deeper into the abyss. So something that should boost your sex drive now would lead to the loss of that sex drive, especially when you're in contact with another fellow human being, because now you are dependent on visuals alone. And then you will not be able to maintain erection without it anymore. You have erectile dysfunction, you have ejaculation problems and all that. And mentally you are fucked up. So um, the benefit in pornography, if used wisely, likewise, it can cause you great harm once it becomes addictive. Masturbation. So, simply put, masturbation is just you giving yourself sexual pleasure by touching, your genitals and sensitive areas of your body to have that sexual arousal and pleasure. Good or bad, there's nothing bad in masturbation because it helps you know more about your body. It exposes you to you. It's safe, it's natural. You can use it to release tension. You can use it to, you know, um, calm yourself down and all that. You can't have any sexual transmitted infection through masturbation. It's fun, it's natural. But again, the excessive use or the excessive engagement in masturbation can cause you great harm and lead to some, mental health problems. So when you overdo it as well, it has side effects. So one of such side effects is that you no longer feel anything, with human contact anymore. You just you only feel satisfied when you touch yourself. You draw away, you draw farther and farther and farther away from your partner because you don't feel them anymore. And also, some people can't get over that cultural and religious views about masturbation that gives them that guilt. Tó bá ti ṣe tán, a máa tọrọ dáríjì ẹ̀ṣẹ̀, mo tún ti ṣẹ̀. Ẹlòmíì àti ẹ̀ máa sunkún, ẹlòmíì àti ẹ̀ máa bínú, ẹlòmíì àti ẹ̀ máa tún ṣépè fún ẹ pé mo tún ti fọ́kọ̀, mo tún ti ṣe nǹkan kan bẹ́ẹ̀. So it comes with guilt because that has been embedded in you. The act has been painted as dirty and shameful. So anytime you engage in it, that's how you see yourself. And people who are addicted to it, you don't know. When you see some people who are addicted to masturbation, it affects their lives. Because tán bá tara bọ̀ ńgbà míì 2 hours tá fi lọ wọn tiẹ̀ ní mọ̀. So plans are cancelled, you know, they don't get up with their target. They just, some of them draw farther and farther and farther away from social contact and start living secluded lives. It can affect their relationship with their partner, because Malcolm can't many unnecessarily, because they just want to, feel themselves alone. You don't pay attention to other people anymore. It's only yourself. So these are the ways it can affect you. But you shouldn't focus only on the side effect alone, because there are benefits to it. Like I said earlier, it helps you to, relieve stress. You sleep better, can boost your mood, you relax. Also, it helps you understand yourself, such that when you are having sex with your partner, you are able to tell them how you want them, to touch you, where you want them to reach, where you want them to go, because now you know yourself better. You know where you should be taught that you will feel what you ought to feel. So when you explore your body, you know yourself, and you are able to communicate with other person. Rather tó àkàn máa bínú pé it doesn't even do pé eléyìí ò mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣe, eléyìí ò mọ nǹkan tó ń. You have to tell the person, lead them to where you want, them to go. And you can only do that when you understand yourself and you know what you want. Also, in for men, there are research that suggests that men who ejaculate more, they have lower risk of prostate cancer, because kí àpò tó ń gbé kinní yẹn kó ṣáà kún kó máa wú yẹn, ó pẹ̀ lára nǹkan tó ń fa wàhálà. But the more tẹ́ bá ń pọ̀ jáde, tẹ́ ń gbọ̀n jáde tára ń fúyẹ́ yẹn, yes, it helps lower the risk of prostate cancer. So you just have to understand the use of a thing, the need to do a thing or to engage in a thing. So if you don't need it, then don't get involved in it. If you need it, use it for the purpose it is needed for, and don't, get addicted to anything. And you'll be fine. Abuse comes in when you don't know the use of a thing and you use it wrongly. That's when abuse comes in. That's when we suffer from it. Otherwise, everything has its use and purpose why they exist. So we just need to understand. That's why education is important. Education is what you need, rather than some 12 commandments that says do not, do not, do not. You don't know why you are do and do not. You don't know why you are do and do not. Tójú bá wá pòfírí, wàá lọ do. Torí kò sẹ́ni tó ń wò ẹ́. And at the end of the day, you lift up holy hand, then you start feeling guilty, and all sorts of emotions are just going on with you. Ayé ọkàn tiẹ̀ wà ní balance. But what you need actually is education, is enlightenment. To know what you're supposed to know. Because knowledge liberates you. Knowledge gives you freedom. When you have knowledge, you're free. You can design your own life. You can pick what works for you and what don't work for you. and you know reasons why you are engaging in everything you are engaging in, and you know why you don't want to do what you don't want to do. So you're intentional about how you live. That is what knowledge does to you. And that's the purpose of this discussion we're having. When you know why a thing exists, when you know its benefit, when you know the harm it can cause you, then it helps you to know how to engage in that thing or to abstain from it if it's not for you. And when you see people engaging it, you don't point fingers and say, fire làwọn ilé ń lọ. Kinní kan làwọn ilé ń lọ. Àwa tá a ṣe lè àwa ni Ọlọ́run fẹ́. No. Gbogbo yẹn is foolishness. All right. Let me run quickly. What do I have here again? Yes, positions and sex styles. Okay. One pastor one time said, if you allow your wife to be on top of you, you are going to hell, because the man is the head of the wife. So for those of you who are allowing your wife to be on top of you, you are sinning against God and you are going to hell. And tó bá sọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀, fùrọ̀ ló fi ń ronú fùrọ̀. Ọ̀rọ̀ àgọ̀ ni. Because there are no listed style, there are no sex positions that are prescribed, that are holy or unholy. It is your choice. It is the best way you think you can enjoy yourself that you should engage in the act. And there are sex positions that helps, especially men who suffer from premature ejaculation, to last longer in the act. You just need to learn these things. Likewise for ladies, tọkàn máa sùn gbalaja sílẹ̀ bí òkú ẹja. You need to get involved. It's an act between two people. So you need to be more active. It's an exercise. It's meant to be a playground. It's meant to be fun, not just some rigid. Ọkàn pèsè fúnra yín pé kinní kankan mẹ́rin. Gbogbo ẹ̀ náà kọ́ ni missionary ẹ pawọ́dà. There are several styles available. Gbogbo ẹ̀kọ́ missionary ẹ lọ kọ́ àwọn nǹkan míì. 69 wà ń bẹ̀, cowgirl wà ń bẹ̀, reverse cowgirl wà ń bẹ̀, doggy wà ń bẹ̀, spooning wà ń bẹ̀. Oríṣiríṣi style ló wà. Ó yapa. Cross booty wà, oríṣiríṣi. Because the more styles you can, bring into the activity, the more fun you bring into it. The more you enjoy it, the more it brings you and your partner closer. When it's boring, then máa súra yín. Relationship yẹn á máa sú yín. Pé kí n purpose yẹn kàn níyàn lára jà kí là ń ṣe gan. You don't even want to do it. So partners must be relaxed. Get over that mindset that it's dirty, is this, is that. No, nothing is dirty. It's normal. And at that point, you go all out. Enjoy yourself. Make the environment nice, make it, bring vibe into it, and then be relaxed. Ẹ má lera, ẹ má karajọ. Communicate, let the other person know. Don't just place the responsibility on the other person pé you should know what to do. Sọ fún bó ṣe fẹ́. Try to listen to the other person náà. Kò gbọ́ tòun náà fún ẹ. Try out different moves. It helps your relationship. Tí o bá ti sádùn nínú ibẹ̀ yẹn, ojú everybody máa wà ń ta, everybody máa wo bòmíì ni. And it's not only men that goes out to find, sexual pleasures. Ladies do it as well. And boys kan wà mí tó ń pè pecan boys, woolwich boy. Iṣẹ́ táwọn ń ṣe nìyẹn. Dóyàwó lé. Gbogbo àwọn ọkọ tí ò ní time tí wọ́n lè ṣe tán jókòó lé tán ẹpọ́n ti mu gúdà bókun ti wú wọn tí wọ́n lè gbéra mọ́ yẹn. Àwọn boys yẹn ló ń ṣáṣẹ́ wọn. Wọ́n máa pa wọ́n lẹ́kún gidi gan ni. Ìwọ kàn jókòó sílé kó wú bí òpó ọ̀pọ̀ kalẹ̀ kó máa hanrun. Níbi yẹn ó máa bọ́ síta láti lọ tún ayé ara ẹ̀ ṣe. So get over all this lies, that they filled you up, or the kind of conditioning that they've put you into, that makes you see all these things as worldly, as satanic. And no, it's nothing satanic. You're meant to enjoy yourself. It's human thing, it's human nature. And the best way, or the best position that you think can give you maximum satisfaction is what you should go for. There are some women, they can't get orgasm or pleasure in a particular position. Wọ́n dẹ̀ fẹ́ ṣe nǹkan míì, but ọ̀gbẹ́ni sọ pé no, o lè kàn mí lẹ́yìn. Kóbìnrin máa wò pé tí n bá dẹ̀ lọ suggest eléyìí sí báyìí, ṣé kò ní máa wò pé aláṣẹ́wó ni mí, ṣé kò ní máa wò pé oníṣekúṣe ni mí. No. And for men who have that kind of mindset, ó ṣí ere o. Báyìí ṣe máa wò pé ó gbé style wá fún wa, sọ pé aláṣẹ́wó ni. No, ìrònú òpònú nìyẹn. Ìrònú òpònú nìyẹn. Let your women be free. Let them spice things up. Ẹni tí ò bá dẹ̀ ṣàprápra, tí ò mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣe, irú wọn ni porn film wà fún, àti àwọn òwe tẹ̀lé kà. Or you go and see a sex therapist. They're expert. Industry sex work náà ni àwọn kan wà ń bẹ̀. Gbogbo nǹkan tó mọ̀ nílé ayé wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe máa fọ́ra yín lẹ́nu ni. They will help you to boost your sex life. Because problem ni tí sex life bá ti wà boring in relationship. Because sex is one of the things that brings partners very close. It brings a bond. So when that is boring, or when that is, lacking, or when that is not interesting, ọmọ gbàgbé, relationship yẹn máa kú last náà. So ẹ gbé body yín o. Don't dull. Let me see. Do we have any interesting comment? Gbogbo bẹ̀rẹ̀ gbẹ ní ṣá. Ó dà pé àwọn èèyàn kan ń jí sọ̀rọ̀ mi lálẹ́ yìí. No one is no one is talking. Right. That means everybody is agreeing with me pẹ̀lú gbogbo nǹkan tí mò ń sọ. Right. Which other one do I have here? Let's talk about oral and anal sex. Oral sex is, um, when you don't penetrate, but you use ogbenusi, you know, fellatio and cunnilingus. Tẹ́ ẹ bá mọ̀ túmọ̀ ẹ̀, ẹ lọ Google ẹ̀. Some people see this as dirty. Some people see this as ungodly. Nothing is dirty, nothing is ungodly here. However, what I emphasize here, I'm talking of oral sex now, is hygiene. Ó ṣe pàtàkì. There are things you need to just, take into consideration. O ò lè máa bá láṣẹ́wó sùn kó máa get down the person. Àti ẹ fẹ́ ta ni. Ṣé o mọ ibi tó ti ń bọ̀ ni? And you can get infected. You can contract sexual transmitted diseases from oral sex. Because tó bá ní any cut lára, báyá lẹ́nu, nǹkan lè gbabẹ̀ wọlé sí ẹ lára o. And that's why it's not advisable to brush, kẹ́ ẹ fọnu before you do this. Because àwọn Bristol brush yẹn ó lè ti kàn la gọ́ọ̀mù yẹn tíntínní tẹ̀ ní mọ̀ ẹ̀ ní bó bá ṣe ń fọnu yẹn tẹ́ ẹ máa fọnu bí ìpọ́n fọ gọ́tà yẹn. Ìgbà míì ẹnu máa ń là, ẹnu máa ń bó, á kàn ti blister ti wà. Á dẹ̀ lọ gbẹ́nu sí i, nǹkan á dẹ̀ wọbẹ̀ fún ẹ. Bá lọ ní herpes lásán ọmọ gbàgbé o, ayé ẹ parẹ́ nìyẹn o, kíní ẹ̀ ò kí ń lọ o. Kíní ẹ̀ ò kí ń lọ o. So hygiene is important. Bẹ́ẹ̀ náà téèyàn bá dẹ̀ tún ṣe tán náà, it's advisable you don't brush like an hour, 3 hours after. Because gbogbo àwọn nǹkan torí ẹlòmíràn bá ń pẹ́ àti fẹnu tú gbogbo kíní ẹ̀ jẹ́ sáré lọ fọnu. Ọmọ wá pé àwọn bacteria ẹ̀ síra ẹ̀ nínú nǹkan tó bá ibi cut tó bá níyàn. And then ẹni tó fẹ́ gbẹ́nu sí àbí kíní òun láti wò dáadáa kó rí wípé kò ń ṣe ẹni tó máa ṣàkóbá fáyé ẹ̀. So hygiene is the only thing I will preach in that aspect. Now, anal sex. And this is wọ́n ń gbẹ̀yìn wọlé, not àti ojú ilé, ẹ̀yìnkùlé ni wọ́n ń gbà wọlé ńsìn. Culturally, religiously, you find people consider this as a taboo. Irọ́, ibi tán ní kí á máa ti yàgbẹ́, ibẹ̀ ni ẹ̀yin ti nǹkan bọ̀, ibẹ̀ lẹ̀ ń ṣe báyìí, ibẹ̀ lẹ̀ ń ṣe àwọn nǹkan mẹ́yẹn. It's a form of sexual exploration. We have some people who take risk, who dares, who try to take things, further. And then when I say anal sex now, I'm not talking of just penile penetration of the anus now. Anything tẹ́ bá tì bọ̀, sex toy, any object lẹ́yìn ló ń tì bọ̀ gbogbo ihò nísìn. Tọ́ǹgì bó ṣì ṣe nǹkan. What you need to understand here is the risk. Okay. Um, of course, when you gather like 10 people and you ask them about this, 7 will tell you, it's dangerous, it's risky, it's this, it's that. But the truth is, it's risky, no doubt, and that is because of um, the 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 delicate skin in the anus. It's not as strong as the one in the vagina, so it's prone um, to tears, which obviously nǹkan tó bá ti ń ya tó ti ń ṣẹ̀jẹ̀, ẹ ti mọ̀ wípé risk sexual transmitted infection bẹ̀ ó high nìyẹn. Àwọn kan sọ pé ó ti dóìdì díẹ̀ tí ń jò, ìdí ti lu, ó ti ṣe ọkàn bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Extreme case ni àwọn yẹn. But normal anal sex téèyàn máa ní kò ní fẹ́ hò díẹ̀ débi wípé wọ́n á lóun ìgbẹ́ ń jò jáde ń díẹ̀ bí nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, kò le tó yẹn. But again, when you do things without sense, when you do things to the extreme, tí delicate skin ní fúrọ̀ ẹ̀ bá ti ya, wọ́n á máa rán díẹ̀ ni o. Wọ́n bá dẹ̀ ti ń ràn látún máa ya because ó delicate. So we just need to understand that to practice anal, you need to be more careful. Kò ń ṣe gànràngànràn o. Ibẹ̀ dẹ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ wà well lubricated, because unlike iwájú tẹ̀ ń gbà wọlé, ìyẹn wà self lubricated, ìyẹn máa ń produce omi tiẹ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n ibẹ̀ yẹn ọmọ ó gbẹ fúrafúra ni o. Bá a ṣe dá téèyàn bá fẹ́ yàgbẹ́ nìkan ló máa ń là. Ẹ dẹ̀ máa rí nígbà míì gan pé èèyàn máa fẹ́ ya àwọn ìgbẹ́ tó le míì nígbà míì gan jẹ́ pé ojú èèyàn máa ràn báyìí téèyàn máa sunkún tí gbogbo òdì á máa tààyàn ni. So ibẹ̀ yẹn nísìnyí tẹ́ bá fẹ́ wá gbé nǹkan wọbẹ̀, you can imagine the kind of pain tẹ́ máa feel. But tó bá yẹ pé ẹ sì sọ pé dandan ẹ fẹ́ ṣe, good luck, but ẹ lubricate ẹ̀ dáadáa. Ẹ bu nǹkan sí dáadáa kó yọ̀ before you try penetrating, so that lowers the risk of that skin tear. Kó má bàa tibẹ̀ rọ́ràn. Also, always when you are practicing anal, make sure pé ẹ wọ condom, because bacteria kún bẹ̀. Tó bá yẹ pé o fẹ́ máa gbabẹ̀ yẹn wọlé kó tún máa gba iwájú náà wọlé, make sure wípé bó ṣe ń yọ níbẹ̀ yẹn ló ń change condom kó tó di pò tún tì wọlé. Àìjẹ́bẹ̀ òun kó wàhálà láti ibí, òun kó wọ inú ibẹ̀ yẹn ni o. Òun kó wàhálà láti ẹ̀yìn, òun kó wọ inú iwájú ni o. So ó better kẹ́ concentrate ẹ̀yìn lẹ fẹ́ ṣe nísìn, ẹ focus lẹ́yìn, ẹ lubricate ẹ̀ dáadáa, ẹ lo condom, ẹ yọ kẹ́ tó ṣe tiwájú. Ẹ bá ń ṣe pọ̀ mọ́ra wọn, ẹ máa rí wàhálà o. Ẹ máa rí wàhálà, because the risk of getting infected ó pọ̀ gan in anal sex than the vaginal sex. So ẹni tí wọ́n dẹ̀ fẹ́ wọlé sí lára náà o ní láti relax, o ní láti farabalẹ̀ gidi gan kó má bàa wound ẹ because ibẹ̀ yẹn gbẹgẹ́ gan. So ó ní bó ṣe máa position ara ẹ, ó ní bí wàá ti rọra jẹ́ kí ara ẹ kó ara má le, kí gbogbo nǹkan relax so that wọ́n á lè wọlé freely. Àìjẹ́ wàá rí ìfalára o. Wàá rí ìfalára pa. Báyẹ̀ jẹ́ wípé ìwọ náà fúnra rẹ ló wá fẹ́ máa lo nǹkan lára ẹ fúnra rẹ láti máa tì bọ̀. You have to observe the same, kind of care so that you don't injure yourself. So that is the information I can give to you for you to exercise caution and for you to know the risk you are putting yourself into. Èmi ò ní o má ṣe torí mi ò ní síbẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ẹ̀mí dẹ̀ ní bá ẹ sùn, adult dẹ̀ ní ẹ. But if you think you want to explore, ìwọ ló lára ẹ. Go ahead, explore, but remember the risk of getting infected ó pọ̀ ńbẹ̀ yẹn ju the normal way of having sex lọ. So you have to consider that. Jẹ́ kí n tún wo which one mo tún níbí. Orgasm problem máa ń wà níbí eléyìí because there is a debate that maybe 3 out of 10 women nìkan ló ń reach orgasm. Máa wá pé kí ló wá le tó bẹ́ẹ̀? And they always put the blame back on the men. Àwọn ọkùnrin ò mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣe ni. Ọkùnrin tí ò bá dẹ̀ lè get obìnrin to come to reach orgasm is a useless man. Ìṣèkínní kan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Now, this demand gan ni ò jẹ́ kẹ́lòmíì gan lè reach orgasm. This pressure ni jẹ́ kẹ́lòmíì gan lè reach orgasm. For those who don't know what orgasm is just that level you get to that you feel really good, intense. Ẹlòmíì á máa gbọ̀n bí adìẹ tó ní kọ́lé báyìí ni, tá máa pariwo. They call it coming, they call it climaxing. Èèyàn máa fọwọ́ kan bódi ọ̀run báyìí, á máa fọwọ́ kan géètì tẹ́ ọ̀run báyìí. Ọkùnrin ni obìnrin ni. Ìgbà yẹn ni ọkùnrin máa come, obìnrin náà come. This is a level tí everybody fẹ́ dé, especially when you have sex, because that's the purpose of it. But a gbọ́ wípé not everybody ló máa ń dé level yẹn. So bá ń gbọ́ gbé mi débẹ̀, wọ́n ní not everybody ni wọ́n máa ń gbé débẹ̀. So kí ló wá ṣẹlẹ̀ tí wọn kì í rí àwọn kan gbé débẹ̀? One of the issues is, people don't understand their body. Every body is different, and time tó kákù fi ń reach ẹ̀ náà tún yàtọ̀. And that is why, as a man, you must understand your partner, and as a woman yourself, you must know yourself. Some ladies don't reach orgasm through penetration. Some don't reach it through certain kind of position. So you must explore and know which position works for you. And that is the one you will, you know, use to get to that level. So you have a part to play as well. You don't just dump everything on the man and say, only could be a debe, only could be a debe. You have to understand that oftentimes men reaches this point before women. And that's why men also can learn this art of, delaying their own orgasm till, wọ́n á fi lè gbé obìnrin yẹn débẹ̀. So changing positions will help. Also, you need some mental work as well. And then you must be touching the right places. But after all said and done, tó o bá débẹ̀ through penetration, o lè débẹ̀ through every other means. O lè débẹ̀ through masturbation. O lè débẹ̀ through using sex toys. So don't be dogmatic. Pé dandan bọ̀bọ́ yẹn ló ṣá láti gbé ẹ débẹ̀. Tí ò bá rí ẹ gbé débẹ̀, kó ṣáà débẹ̀ ni. And after all this, tó o bá sì débẹ̀ náà, kì í ṣòpin. Because a ti ní belief wípé orgasm is the goal of sex. No. There are other, pleasurable things you can do, even if you don't have orgasm. So don't put pressure on yourself. Don't put pressure on your partner, because that will make them anxious, and it will make the sex stressful and less enjoyable. So nǹkan tí ẹ kọ́ máa lọ pẹ̀lú steady strokes and just concentrating on what they are doing, their mind is, how do I make this girl come? How do I make this girl come? How do I make this? And then they're out of tune. So it's a point where both of you are relaxed, you are in the right frame of mind, you are catching your fun. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe máa débẹ̀ nìyẹn. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe máa débẹ̀ nìyẹn. And then for those who, tó débẹ̀ tán tí gbogbo everywhere tó di odò, don't feel bad. It's normal. Kò sí ní tó ṣe ẹ́. Ẹlòmíì á bá gbogbo ẹ̀ máa di wọ̀tọ̀wọ̀tọ̀ tán á máa apologize. You don't need to apologize. O ní láti apologize. Ó normal, ní tó ṣe ẹ́ normal, ní tó ṣe normal, ó yẹ kó dámira. Ó dẹ̀ ti dámira náà nìyẹn. Ẹ change bed sheet, ẹ nura yín, ẹ wẹ̀. No need to apologize, no need to feel bad. Go soak everywhere. Ó normal. So don't go into sex feeling tensed up. Ìwọ kọ́ ni Paul kọ lẹ́tà sí, àwọn ará Galatia ló kọ sí, òun ṣará Galatia, ọmọ Oǹdó ni ẹ́. Ó kọ lẹ́tà sí Timothy. Ó wà specific àwọn tó kọ lẹ́tà sí. So ìwọ kọ́ ni Timothy. Tóyọ̀sí ni ìwọ ń jẹ́. So má gbé ní tí òun ṣe ti ẹrù, kó máa gbèrú kiri ayé, kó wá máa live very uptight life. You have to be relaxed. You have to live as a human being. You have to enjoy life. So gbogbo ẹrù wúwo tán ti kó sí ẹ lórí, tán ti gbèrú ẹ yẹn, sọ kalẹ̀ and free yourself. Don't see anything as bad, as dirty, as, leading you to hell or anything like that. Túraká, kò bara jẹ́. Tó bá ní tone, ju tone ẹ. Ju ringing tone. ìwọ gan wàá rí bí wàá ṣe máa fresh. Tẹ bá ráwọn obìnrin kan tẹ máa kí hello madam no, don't greet me no. Tọkàn wọn máa kanra bí ajá tó ní rabies yẹn. Wọn ọ̀rẹ́ pọ̀ ní o. Ẹlòmíì wọn ọ̀rẹ́ pọ̀ tipẹ́tipẹ́ tó ti bọ́ sí kanra. Ẹlòmíì dẹ̀ rí nǹkan tó ń rí òdò mọ́ nínú. Òun ló dẹ̀ ń ṣera ẹ̀. Because many are so heavenly conscious and earthly useless. Wọn gbádùn ayé yìí, ọ̀run tán mọ̀ báyé exist gan ni wọ́n fi focus wọn sí. So you have to, free yourself from all this burden and remember that you are human and everything that is happening to you in your body, that's the way you are wired. Nothing is wrong with you. You are not dirty. You are not, And at this point, let me add this, because I think I missed it out in one of the things I was saying. We come from a culture where we believe ọkùnrin ló ń láti lead obìnrin on. Ọkùnrin ló ń láti sọ fóbìnrin pé I like you. Ọkùnrin láti sọ pé já fọ́ra wa lẹ́nu. Ọkùnrin ló ń láti, and I don't believe or I don't belong to that school of thought, because your gender doesn't matter. We're human. And this feeling applies to every human. So kì í ṣe pé bóyá ọkùnrin nìkan ló ní sexual desire, ló ń feel sexual urge or anything like that. No, àtọkùnrin àtobìnrin ló ń feel it. So I don't see anything wrong in a woman seeing a man that she likes tó dẹ̀ bá sọ̀rọ̀. I don't see anything wrong in it. Neither would I view such a woman as promiscuous or ashawo or anything like that. Never. Rather, I even respect people like that. I respect them so much because wọ́n rí nǹkan tí wọ́n like. They can recognize what they like, what they want, and they go for it. So, likewise, you shouldn't make a woman suppress their sexual feelings. Ara obìnrin máa gbé fúkẹ́fúkẹ́ báyìí, wọ́n kò ní lè sọ nǹkan, ọmọ máa fún un pé aláṣẹ́wó ni. A máa retí pé kọ́kùnrin yẹn wá sọ pé káwọn lọ get down. Ọkùnrin tó yẹ pé báyà bíìlì lòún rò. So, step out there. Ara ẹ ló ń béèrè fún. So give it to it. Láìnú ẹ kó sọ̀rọ̀. When you meet a matured man, kò ní fojú bẹ́yẹn wò ẹ́. Ọkùnrin tó bá ronú bẹ́yẹn, ọkùnrin tí ronú ẹ̀ kéré ni. But when you are matured, when your mind is keen, then ò ní máa ronú bẹ́yẹn wípé òun ló wá bá mi ṣá. And you won't treat such a woman like she's a scum. Torí pé ó express sexual feelings ẹ̀ wà bá ń pẹ́ ọmọ òṣì ni. Kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Àwọn tó ń ṣe hookup yàtọ̀, so I'm not speaking about those ones now. A ti categorize àwọn yẹn, sex work làwọn yẹn. But we're talking of a normal functioning human being now. So, don't feel pé all the time mo tiẹ̀ máa ń fẹ́ ṣe sex all the time. Kò wá máa wá ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn wòlíì kan lọ tó máa lọ ti ṣe deliverance, tó máa lọ́dọ̀ akérò pé kí wọ́n na ẹ̀mí burúkú yẹn jáde nínú ayé ẹ̀. Kò máa sọ pé o lọ́kọ ọ̀run, kò máa sọ pé o ní kinní kan, kò máa tàbẹ́lẹ̀ alẹ́ lórí, kò máa ṣe wá, kò máa ṣàwò. Wàá rí pé tó máa gbẹ̀yìn ẹ̀ náà ni pé wòlíì gan náà máa jẹ́ ń bẹ̀. Wòlíì gan máa gbọ́ṣẹ̀ wò. So kò sí nǹkan kan tó ṣe ẹ́, nothing is wrong with you. You are just normal. That's who you are. And you shouldn't let anyone make you feel bad or let society make you see yourself as less of a human being. Next one, penile size. Àwọn obìnrin á máa pariwo wọ́n tẹ̀ máa tún fi ń bú ọkùnrin gan pé ẹ̀rí olóko kékeré kinní kan kinní kan kinní kan. Rubbish ni gbogbo yẹn. Does size matter? No. Capital no. Size does not matter. What matters is, do you know what you are doing? Do you know how you are using it? Gbogbo èèyàn kan ló ní 13 inches, 22 inches, 16 inches kò tẹ̀ sẹ́ni tó ní gbogbo yẹn náà. Ohun tó matter ni wípé ìwọ̀nba tó níyẹn ṣó mọ̀ ọ́ lò. Ǹgbẹ́ àti bá kéré jù á máa jábọ́ lójú òbò, kò sí nǹkan tó ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Because the way vagina is made, it adjusts to whatever penis size tó bá rí. Ẹlòmíì á máa sọ pé òun wá wọ́n tiẹ̀ come up with oríṣiríṣi nǹkan pé kẹ́ ẹ wo sáìzì kinní kan lẹ máa fi mọ kinní kan tó gbé sábẹ́ lẹ máa fi mọ kinní kan tó gbé it. Everybody kàn ń ṣòṣì kiri. And today we have so many people selling all kind of things to men, penis enlargement, ìgbàkan enlargement, kìnìkan enlargement. Those things don't work. You can stretch them temporarily, but they will still go back to their original size, because that is how you are biologically made. So the only one tó lè fún ẹ ní permanent bigger size only surgery, corrective surgery. Ìyẹn gan dẹ̀rẹ̀ tó bá lọ sí hospital gan, unless you are below 3 inches, wọ́n máa sọ fún ẹ pé ò need penile surgery. Kan tó máa sọ fún ẹ nìyẹn. So when it comes to sex, penis size really doesn't matter. It does not affect functionality. Àfi tó bá mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣe lóko. You don't need a huge penis to be able to have sex. Size matters only in your head and in the head of ẹni tó fẹ́ gbà. Tó wá jẹ́ pé size matter sí ẹni yẹn, it's again mo ṣe sọ níbẹ̀rẹ̀, wá ẹni tó jẹ́ pé oní size tó ń fẹ́ nìyẹn. Ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ léèyàn, oríṣiríṣi la jẹ́. So o lè jókòó sídìí pé religion sọ fún ẹ pé o lè ṣe nǹkan báyìí, kó wá dijú ẹ̀ wọnú ilé sí ẹni tó jẹ́ pé nǹkan kékeré ló gbé sábẹ́. Kó wá máa all the time ká máa pray, kẹ́ máa sọ pé kó lóògùn, kẹ́ máa ní kó ṣe bákan. Ó kàn ní ẹni ẹ lára ni, because you could have done your research very well and find somebody tó jẹ́ pé igi ìrókò ló ń gbé kiri lábẹ́, because that's what you want. So ntí kẹ́ avoid òun ni àwọn nǹkan tó lè fún ẹ ní erectile dysfunction. And also, don't let things you watch in porn and see in magazines and things like that, get you carried away and, start feeling, nǹkan tí wọ́n like lélẹ̀. No, àwọn yẹn movie ni wọ́n ń ṣe. Tó bá dẹ̀ rí tó yẹ pé wọ́n ṣe 1 hour, 3 hours, wọ́n kàn má gbàgbé tó bá nínú set tán wà yẹn, wọ́n ń ṣe director wà. Tó bá ti shoot from this angle, á stop wọn, wọ́n á tún bọ́ sí ibẹ̀, wọ́n á tún shoot. So they are stopping and starting, stopping and starting, stopping and starting. Editing ló mú kó jẹ́ one continuous motion scene. Also, some of them are taking pills that make them last that long throughout that sin tó fi ń ṣe because wọ́n máa stop in between. Wọ́n dẹ̀ gbàgbé iṣẹ́ ni wọ́n ń ṣe ń tiwọn. So it's not pé tán wà emotionally attached to. No, wọ́n wá ṣiṣẹ́ ni. So they have to, be on some drugs that make them stay hard for the entire period of shooting. So má lọ máa compare àwọn yẹn sí ara ẹ̀ because they are actors. Angle tó ti ń shoot gbogbo nǹkan tó ń rí ó yàtọ̀ sí real life. So focus sí real life. Nǹkan tó bá ní jẹ́ kó tẹ́ ẹ lọ́rùn kó dẹ̀ mọ́ lò. Understand what you are doing, improve on yourself and all that. That's what you need, and be free and be relaxed. Gbogbo kí n tó fẹ́ máa kó fún ẹ tó máa ṣe everything yẹn ọmọ báyẹ̀ káwọn oògùn tó máa ba ayé ẹ jẹ́ má lọ lò ó. If you want a permanent increase in size, only surgery can give you that, or some hormonal treatment. Other than that, gbogbo nǹkan yòókù tó ń tà tó ń ṣe everything yẹn temporal kìíní ni, and some of them have side effect that can really damage you. So what is important is you having confidence in what you have. Don't let anyone put you down. Be happy with your body. Keep yourself clean. Focus on your hygiene. Gbogbo bẹ̀yẹn ọkàn lè máa gbá. And then ensure that you learn and improve on what you are doing, so that you understand bó ṣe lè lo size tó níyẹn tí wàá fi gbé ẹni yẹn débẹ̀. So almost gbogbo ẹni tó bá rí láyé tó ń lọ kiri gbogbo wa average là ń gbé kiri o. Average ni àwọn èèyàn kọ̀ọ̀kan díẹ̀ ló kàn ní above average. So Olúwa wà pẹ̀lú ẹ o. Right. I think débẹ̀ náà díẹ̀díẹ̀ we're rounding up. Another one I have here is sex toys. Again, sex toys, pornography, masturbation, as far as I'm concerned, they all fall into the same category. And these things are frowned at by our society because they are seen as natural way of living. But again, why were these things created? They were created with the intention of helping to improve the sexual life of people. So àwọn tó bá lò nígbà tó ń ṣe tó introduce ẹ̀ síta wọ́n fi hàn pé wọ́n need ẹ̀ ni for different reasons. So ẹlòmíín sì báyà kò lọ́kọ ńlé àbí kò ní partner, ara ẹ̀ dẹ̀ máa gbé fúkẹ́, kò dẹ̀ fẹ́ máa sùn kiri. So á lò fúnra ẹ̀ lé. Ẹlòmíín partner tó ní kì í gbé débẹ̀, so á lò láti lè gbéra ẹ̀ débẹ̀. Ẹlòmíín òun àtàwọn partner ẹ̀ ni wọ́n jọ ń lò láti fi improve sexual life wọn nínú ilé. So wọ́n jọ ń lò ní ó wà lára nǹkan tó máa lò tí wọ́n bá ti ń bára wọn sùn. So it has its own place, its own use, and it comes in different forms and shapes. Dildo wà, oko rọ́bà, bullet wà, kékeré báyìí ni tó ń stimulate clitoris. So oríṣiríṣi ni orúkọ gbogbo ẹ̀ tó wà. Gbogbo ẹ̀ dẹ̀ ń serve different function. Vibrator wà. So èèyàn máa lọ fún ohun tó fihàn pé ó serve need ẹ̀ ni and why you want it. And if it's not for you, then you don't need it. Again, it has its own downside as well. Because as we all know, tó bá normal ọkùnrin sùn, ó nígbà tó máa calm down. Àwọn eléyìí tó ń lò yìí, battery ló ń power wọn, kì í rẹ̀ wọ́n. So wọ́n á kàn máa lọ ní. Wọ́n máa lọ ní. So o ò lè fi nǹkan tí battery power kó fi wé nǹkan tí ó ń lo ẹ̀jẹ̀. But some people, when they get so addicted to using sex toys, it becomes difficult for them to get satisfied by a normal person. Because bí battery yẹn ò run down, ìmíì ń lọ bí 30 minutes, 1 hour. Meanwhile, partner tó rí láì lògùn gan-an, tó bá ṣe pátápátá gan-an báyọ̀ máa last 20 minutes. Wàá dẹ̀ lóò tí ì débẹ̀. So you have to ensure that you don't get addicted to things like this, such that it doesn't decrease your sex drive with a normal human being. So you don't become reliant on these things, such that you can't have or you don't enjoy normal sex anymore. It's safe to use because there's no problem in contracting sexual transmitted disease or anything like that, as long as you don't share this thing with some other people. So if you're going to use the anal toys, then you have to be careful, like I said earlier, the anal plugs and things like that, the bead and all that. Ensure that your anal is well lubricated before you try things like that. Otherwise, ọmọ injure. Àwọn ọkùnrin náà ní tiwọn náà, they have penis ring and things like that, cock rings, all that. Those things just help to restrict blood flow, to help the penis to be more erect. So you have to know what you are getting yourself into, and you have to know why you are using them and for what purpose. Má kàn wòyàn lórí TV àbí kinní kan kí wọn náà kàn lọ rà, béèrè kó tó rà o. Dẹ̀ mọ nǹkan tí o fẹ́ fi ṣe. And if you share those toys with other people, you are at risk of STDs because it can spread diseases and infection. So mo tún fẹ́ sọ lórí yẹn, because it shares similarity with pornography, masturbation and all that. As far as I'm concerned, I group them into the same category. So learn how to use these things safely for your own good. And if you think they're not for you, then you have no business with it. If you are happy with your natural self You don't need any aid. You don't need any assistance. Perfect. Just enjoy. The koko ni wípé you are enjoying yourself to the fullest. These things are created to aid, you know, you to be able to have that maximum satisfaction. But if you are having maximum satisfaction without the help of these things, perfect. You don't have to worry about them. And then people who are engaging in it, don't point fingers at them to say, one lọ hell àbí wọ́n ṣe gbá àbí wọ́n ṣàwò, because you are fine doesn't mean other people are fine. Ṣọpẹ́ ti ẹni o wípé ò nídìí oko rọ́bà, ṣọpẹ́ ti ẹ wípé ò ní láti wo porn kó tó lè wà sexually aroused, you know. So that is that about that. Sex pills or sexual enhancement drugs. Again, why were they created? They were made to help people improve their sex life. We have people who have medical conditions, they have weak erections, um, they have premature ejaculation, they have, erectile dysfunction. So there are pills that have been, medically researched and made for people like this to help them last long. Unfortunately, people who indulge in this sex are not people who actually need it, but people who wants to impress. So torí ẹ ti believe wípé mo bá ṣe lè pamọ́ ẹlẹ́kùn, mo bá ṣe lè go pàpàpàpàpà tó bá ti lè dídídídí tó bá ti lè pẹ́ lórí ẹ̀ tó lọ́ ṣe máa pè é lọ́kùnrin. No, kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Because of that, wàá lọ máa kó oògùn jẹ, wàá mu babẹ̀jẹ́, wàá mu ọ̀pá ẹ̀yìn, wàá mu pàrágà, wàá mu eléyìí, wàá mu tọ̀hún, wàá mu Viagra lé, wàá kó gbogbo ẹ̀ pọ̀ mọ́ra wọn. Wàá gorí ọmọ àbí wàá pè tán ọmọ wá lóhùn, sorry, òun kàn bí ni, òun ò lè wá mọ́, àbòdé á lóun ṣe nǹkan oṣù òun. Ẹ̀ ti lé bí ìwé sílẹ̀ ń bẹ̀. And many of the people who take these drugs don't even, know their own health history. They don't know whether they suffer from, some other kind of ailments that, can affect or can react negatively with this drug that they are taking. So ẹlòmíì ní heart condition tí ò mọ̀, ẹlòmíì ní high blood pressure tí ò mọ̀. Á dẹ̀ lọ máa kó àwọn oògùn yìí jẹ. Àwọn oògùn yìí dẹ̀ rèé, wọ́n máa ń increase blood flow ni. Wàá bá ní problem, lẹ́lòmíì ṣe máa ń ní heart attack, lẹ́lòmíì ṣe máa ń kú dànù torí obìnrin. So these are medications that has to be prescribed to you by the doctor after they have confirmed your medical history. Tó dẹ̀ rí pé okay, o lè lo eléyìí, kò ní ní side effect pẹ̀lú eléyìí tó ń lò. So àwọn unlicensed herbal pills tó wà káàkiri, àwọn buranta ṣe gbogbo àwọn nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀, ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣọ́ra fún bí a ṣe ń lò wọ́n. They might be working, but they might also have side effects. Sex is to be enjoyed. It's not an activity that you go into because you want to impress. Who are you impressing? So wọ́n á máa ké lábẹ́, wọ́n á máa pariwo lábẹ́, wọ́n á máa sex tó bá ti mú pain dání, ìyẹn ò ń ṣe sex mọ́, ó ti di torture. Ẹni tó dẹ̀ ń ṣe yẹn fún náà has to tell the other person stop. Tó bá dẹ̀ ti gbọ́ stop, kò stop ni. Because when the other person is in pain, ìyẹn kọ́ ni pé it's no more sexual pleasure. It's meant to be enjoyed. But àwọn ọkùnrin ní orí wọn ti kú gan, wọ́n believe pé káwọn pálẹ́kún kọ́ máa ké iná ìláìwá iná ìlàjìwọ̀n, ọ̀dọ̀ ẹ̀ láti wọ́, ọ̀dọ̀ ẹ̀ lá padà sí o, ọ̀dọ̀ ẹ̀ láti wọ́, ọ̀dọ̀ ẹ̀ lá padà sí o, Ọlọ́run ṣàánú mi o. wọ́n rò pé yẹn ni ó tó show wípé àwọn jọ́kùnrin àwọn dẹ̀ àwọn dẹ̀ mọ nǹkan táwọn ń ṣe. No, it's meant to be enjoyed, not to torture the other person, not to punish the other person. So if you don't have erectile dysfunction, if you don't have premature ejaculation, if your life is normal, why are you taking sex pills? To last longer for what? Which longer? Ó fẹ́ kú sórí ẹ̀ ni. So all you need to do is just to know what you are doing. Both of you enjoy yourself and be happy. You don't have to live your life like porn stars. Gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ rí tó ń ṣe yẹn, àwọn yẹn ń ṣe fíìmù ni. You must separate that from real life. Right? You must separate that from real life. Tó bá fẹ́ gbé ayé àwọn yẹn, then lọ join wọn, ìwọ náà lọ register. Kó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí máa ṣe mojo àbí kó lọ ṣí OnlyFans account. But when you want to have sex with a normal human being, má lọ máa mu gbogbo àwọn wèrè tó ń mu yẹn o. Ìwọ náà máa gbọ́ orúkọ Ògùn bábẹ̀jẹ́. Ìwọ náà máa gbọ́ Ògùn bábẹ̀jẹ́. Wọ́n pe Ògùn ní bábẹ̀jẹ́. Ìwọ náà dẹ̀ ra o mú. Torí o fẹ́ condemn abẹ́ alábẹ́. What's that? Ta ló ń fún láwọ́ọ̀dù? Ta ló ń fún nírú àwọ́ọ̀dù yẹn? Ta ló tí tó ba bẹ̀jẹ̀ tán wá gbé àwọ́ọ̀dù fún pé ó kárí, ó finish ọmọ yẹn? No. It's an activity that should be enjoyed by yourself and by the other person. Wọ́n ní o kú sórí ẹ̀ o. Má gbàbí tó gbà wá lọ o. Má gbàbí tó gbà wá lọ. Ṣèwọ̀nba tó lè ṣe kẹ́mi ẹ̀ gùn láyé. And let me round up with this one. Ó ti rẹ̀ mí mẹ́. Birth control and abortion. So ọ̀nà méjì ni. Ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ́ mú birth control. Look, ọmọ púpọ̀ wàhálà púpọ̀ ni o. Ọmọ bẹ̀rẹ̀ òṣì bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni. Tó bá dẹ̀ ti mọ̀ pé is a responsibility that you are not ready for. Tó kó kàn fẹ́ máa níṣẹ́ kẹ́kàn fi gbádùn ara yín ní kí ní pé ẹ fẹ́ procreate. Then you have to take this step and ensure that you put some, birth control in place so that ní unwanted pregnancy. Some people are sọ pé their religion frowns about it. Àwọn ò lè ṣe báwọn lè ṣe àwọn kankan mẹ́rin. You are in a cult. Jẹ́ kí n bẹ̀ fún ẹ last thing, kí n bẹ̀ fún ẹ, kí n sọ fún ẹ rọ̀ ọ̀bẹ yẹn. Cult ló wà. Níbi tí wọ́n bá ti ń fi ipa mú ẹ, má ṣùmátọ̀ gbé ayé báyìí, má gbà ayé báyìí, má ṣe nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀. Inú cult ló wà, and you better pull yourself out of it. Why do you bring children into the world that you don't have plans for? Ẹlòmíì kọ́kàn ara ẹ̀ wà so fat àti yẹ pé kọ́kàn sá boxer sórí pátá tiẹ̀ lásán alóyún ni. Mama kí so fruitful like the Hebrew woman, so fruitful like ó kàn bímọ jọ bí ẹlẹ́dẹ̀, fruitful like Hebrew woman wèrè wo. So ẹ láti fi ètò sọmọ bíbí because gbogbo nǹkan ti gbẹ gẹ́ǹsìn. So when you know that, look, you don't want to have kids or you've had enough, ẹ dẹ̀ sì fẹ́ máa fọ́ra yín lẹ́nu lọ, ẹ fẹ́ máa gbádùn ara yín lọ, then go and put some birth control in place to prevent pregnancies. Ọkùnrin ń ṣe, obìnrin ń ṣe, there's nothing wrong in it. And there are different methods you can use. There are pills, there are implants, you can do vasectomy, you can use condom. And ẹ̀yin ọkùnrin tó rí bá dẹ̀ pé náà ẹ lè lo withdrawal method, but withdrawal method there is not 100% proof because a ní nǹkan tó ń pè ní pre-com. So kó tó gbọ́n yọ gan, bí àwọn díẹ̀ kan ti clear ones kan á ti kọ́kọ́ wá before that á ti kán sí. Ìyẹn náà dẹ̀ rèé, ìyẹn tó lásán gan láti dọmọ. So withdraw and work náà, but kò wà foolproof. So wọ́n sọ pí ìfẹ́ lómi ó mọ̀ ń wú ó mọ̀ ń tóbi yìí gangan mẹ́ wọ́n sọ ilé rẹ̀ á ṣàárín nǹkan kan sọ. So then go to the hospital, let them check you up and give you the one that suits your body. Àdẹ̀rẹ̀ àwọn ọkùnrin míì náà tó jẹ́ pé they chose to do vasectomy. So àtọ̀ tó lè dọmọ wọ́n ti bá wọn lock ẹ̀ up. Wọ́n ti gé kúrò ńbẹ̀. So there are different methods that you can use. But the only birth control that is 100% effective is abstinence. Má súnmọ́. So ìyẹn sìn ẹni tó súnmọ́ ò lè lóun lóyún, oyún ìfòmọ́yàn wọn ń download ẹ̀. Kò lè tí bẹ̀ ẹni tó súnmọ́ ò lè rí STD látara ẹ̀ or whatever thing like that. But some people cannot abstain. Ara wọn á máa gbé fúkẹ́fúkẹ́ ni. Láti rẹ́ni tó ní muscle díẹ̀, tó ní chest báyìí, tó ní six pack báyìí, ara wọn á máa gbé fúkẹ́fúkẹ́ ni. Bẹ́ẹ̀ náà lọkùnrin míì tó bá ti rí pé ó kún wájú ó kún lẹ́yìn, ìtàn rèé, ara tiẹ̀ náà máa gbé fúkẹ́fúkẹ́ ni. So if you have to get down, then you have to protect yourself. You have to ensure that you protect yourself against unwanted pregnancy. And use whatever means that are available. Nothing is wrong with that. Use the one that suit your body system and won't cause you much harm or side effect. So now abortion is the other part. Kí ni abortion? It's just a procedure to end the pregnancy. You're not giving birth to that fetus or baby. So options wà. Wọ́n ní ẹlòmíì lè lo drugs. Ẹlòmíì wọ́n lè lo surgical procedure láti fi gbé ní ẹ̀ jáde. So the most important thing is you must satisfy your conscience while you are doing it. If you have a baby that is forming inside you and that poses a threat to your life, má yẹ kí pásítọ̀ kan máa sọ fún ẹ pé ẹ jẹ́ ká kún fàdúrà. Má kún fàdúrà kankan. Go and get rid of it. Otherwise you lose your life. Ó dẹ̀ kú ikú tó cheap ni àwọn cheap death nìyẹn because ọ̀nà avoidable death ni ikú tó kú yẹn. So má kàn kú òṣì dànù. Go and get rid of it because ó ń du ẹ̀mí ẹ̀ ni. Also tó bá ń ká pregnant torí ń pọ́ ọmọ yẹn tẹ́ bá bí ó máa ní severe disability. Má bí sáyé because wọ́n gan ò ní ráyé gbé. Ọmọ yẹn máa sìn ayé máa collapse. Go and take it off. Má dúró sí ti ń pé ẹ̀ ń pray ń pé Ọlọ́run máa yí padà kò sí ní tọ́lọ́run lè ṣe. No. Àwọn tó rí tó sọ pé ọmọ yẹn máa ní disability yẹn Ọlọ́run náà ló fún wọn ní ìmọ̀ yẹn. So to make your life peaceful, simple, and be happy, you know, use that means. Ìdí tó fi ṣe àwọn kinní ní abortion kó lè yọ kúrò. We have people that were raped tó dẹ̀ doyún. You don't want to carry a baby like that because wọ́n máa rán ẹ létí experience yẹn, you can't get over it. Ọmọ gan tó bá bí báyìí fẹ́ sọ fún pé dáàdì ẹ̀dà and dáàdì ẹ̀ rape ó kàn wọ́n pẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀. You know, sad story that you don't want to, you know, create experience like that. Don't hold on to things like that. You must learn how to let things go, things that will not benefit you. Then go and do it. And remember, only safe period tó jẹ́ pé o lè ṣe tí ò ní sí problem pẹ̀lú, I think 24 weeks or thereabout. So think quickly, make your move quickly. Má jẹ́ kí emotional, religious or whatever thing tie you down and make you live a miserable life for the rest of your life. Be quick in your decision and seek this medical opportunity to get rid of what you don't want. The decision is yours. As long as you can, you know, satisfy yourself the reason why you are making that step. And that's it. Also, ẹlòmíì obìnrin míì lóyún ó dẹ̀ ti rí pé àbọ̀bọ̀ ẹ̀ ọwọ́ tó ń yọ yìí ìbápípọ̀ àwọn ò lè ṣe kí ọ̀kan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, you know, and stuff like that. Let the person know, I don't want to carry your baby. It's my body. And I'm getting rid of this baby. Kó ká kò máa lọ ń lọ ẹ̀. Kó tó bá bímọ yẹn, ó ti ní baggage o for the rest of your life. Ó ti rí pé ni ò wà responsible, kò dẹ̀ ní wà responsible náà because that baby won't make the person to become responsible. So ó ti ní bùkátà tó máa dá tó láyé. But at the end of the day, if you know that you want it, then good luck to you. Keep it. But tí mo fẹ́ fàyọ ni pé this is an opportunity for you that you can utilize if you need it without feeling that you are killing a life, you are taking a life, you are going to hell, you are doing this, all those kiniton forms in lórí yẹn. All those things are there to make people not just live a reckless life. Òun ló ṣe gbogbo àwọn òfin yẹn àti tó kàṣẹ́ṣe àti gbogbo nǹkan kan bẹ́ẹ̀. But this thing exists if you have a need to and you don't feel bad about it. And then don't go to quacks. Go to proper, you know, medical institution, see properly trained and certified medical practitioners who can help you carry out this procedure safely. So kò ní sí complication. Gbogbo àwọn ó ti ṣẹ́yìn ilé ọmọ ẹ̀ tí ń jò, ó ti ṣẹ́yìn kan wọ́n ti gbé wùnbù ẹ̀ jáde gbogbo yẹn. Some of those things are fallacies. And some of those things are real, but not in the way they are saying it. They are real in the sense that ẹlòmíì develop complication nítorí means tó gbà ṣe abortion yẹn àti nítorí time tó fi ilẹ̀ dà kó tó ṣe. Otherwise, abortion is safe if done at the right time and done at the right place. Right. I think I have covered as much as I can regarding controversies surrounding sex. I don't know if anyone has anything else that they want me to talk about. But as far as I'm concerned, I think these are the major controversies around this that are inhibiting people from, you know, living life to the fullest, and that had also tied some people down or has made them to take decisions that has been to their own detriment. Information like this can be liberating if you take it. Knowledge like this can be eye-opening and, you know, help you to make better decisions in future. And also, knowledge like this can help you to help other people that are around you who are stuck or don't know what to do in the situation they find themselves. For people who struggling with, you know, improving on their sexual life. Now you see that, nothing is wrong with you. You have the freedom and the liberty to explore and, enjoy yourself. Just ensure that you know the side downside of some of these things you're engaging in. You know the pain they can cause you. You know the damages they can bring into your life. You know the harm that they can bring your way. So weigh everything on the scale of pain and pleasure. Anything to bá rí wípé pain yẹn ti outweigh pleasure, then don't engage in it. And whatever you are going to engage in, you must understand the consequences. And when they come, you must be ready to face them. Thank you very much for joining me tonight and for listening to me. I hope you have gained one thing or the other from our discussion tonight. Until we meet again next week, Friday, I love you. Keep enjoying sex.
Ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ tíbi tirẹ̀ ládàlẹ̀ ayé kò má ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ọ́la ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́ inú ẹni ṣàlámọ̀ a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni ká ṣe bí ẹni kú káwọ́ ẹni tí ó ṣe dàrú ẹni ṣàṣà ènìyàn nífẹ̀ẹ́ ní lẹ́yìn tẹ̀rù tọmọ nífẹ̀ẹ́ ní lójú ẹni ọmọ aráyé abániwọ̀rọ̀ bá òbí dániwọ̀n ayé ò fẹ́ ní ìfọ̀rọ̀ orí ẹni ní pé kó yẹ ni. You gotta be strong cause the world is a battlefield. Òjò láyé ó gbé ní lọ bá ò bá mọ̀ wẹ̀. Má ṣe làlà òtọ́ láì bá dé. Tread softly dákun ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ilé ayé ogun ni ó gbọ̀gbọ́n. Ẹ̀sùn pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà rẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká má ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Tíbi tirẹ̀ ládàlẹ̀ ayé. Kò má ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ọ́la. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o. Ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣàlámọ̀. A ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ṣé rántí a ò mẹ́rin ìjọba ẹ̀wẹ̀kú ẹ̀wẹ̀lẹ̀. Àwọn lọ́tẹ̀ ni wọ́n dìde wọn lájànà kó lè rí inú gbọ́gbé. Àṣenìtàn bá ní ìdàrú ṣálọ̀ máa ráyè. Àwọ̀ fẹ́lẹ́ bòónù kò já àríkùn má ṣe bí. You gotta be wise to survive and keep your sanity. Ọjà ọ̀dájú ní ilé ayé o ní láti mọ̀ ọ́n rà. Àyàgbé ọ̀gẹ̀gẹ̀ tó bá ti lówó ọ̀yàn òun ló wà lọ́jọ́ ogún dé. Ọwọ́ epo láyé ńlá wọ́n kì í lá tẹ̀jẹ̀. Alámọ̀ a ò mọ̀nú ẹni ayé yẹ kó rọra ṣe ṣọ́ra ṣọ́ra. Ẹ̀sùn pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà rẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká má ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ o. Tíbi tirẹ̀ ládàlẹ̀ ayé. Kò má ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ọ́la. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o. Ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́ o. Inú ẹni ṣàlámọ̀. A ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ẹ̀sùn pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà rẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká má ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Tíbi tirẹ̀ ládàlẹ̀ ayé. Kò má ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ọ́la. Ilẹ̀kùn bá jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o. Ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́